now listening to Sport Champs.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to Street Champs exclusive sports podcast. To my right is my man Dave. To my left is nobody because Winston didn't show up. But no, really, to my left I got Deryk. Yeah. Shout out to Deryk, man. Woo! Right before we started, he's like, I don't even know about sports like that. But we got him here, and we are back from another break. You didn't really post about it, but we talked about it last episode. Mm-hmm. Welcome back. We are live in the flesh, looking fresh, feeling good, you know, post-Chicago, post-UFC fight night. What else happened?
First playoff games.
First playoff games.
Wild card weekend.
You're getting ready. You're getting ready for the big playoff game this week, happening tomorrow. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Excited?
Oh, yeah. I'm nervous, but, like, it's typical nerves.
Typical. But welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Sport Champs. My name's Rick G. If you guys don't know, what's up at the top, you know, go check out the links below. Go check out my music. I got a lot of music dropping. Just dropped a Theo Von I'm Upstairs song. You're coming off a Theo Von show. I'm coming off of Chicago. It was a good week, dude. Yep. It was a good week. So, yeah, hit all the links below for all the music and stuff. But, yeah, man, let's jump right into the weeks. Coming off Chicago trip was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Never been to a big city like that. Did a lot of things. I wanted to kind of get into the studio and make music, but I kind of waited too long. Like, I wish I had hit up studios before that.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. You know, it's a big city.
It's hard to compartmentalize your time.
I was only there for a little bit, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm only here for a little bit. I'm just going to enjoy myself. I had stayed in downtown Chicago. Beautiful city. So I was literally like a 15-minute walk from the big fucking cloud gate. So like the big fucking, if you guys don't know what that is, the big chrome bean thing.
Yeah.
The bean.
The bean, dude. The giant bean in the middle of the city. 15-minute walk. 20-minute walk from the Art Institute. So checked out the Art Institute.
I see your the stories.
It was really cool. The day of the actual concert, like, I got to see Picasso and Monet and all these famous fine artists, I guess I should have said. And it's cool to draw in the inspiration like that and then go perform. I was even seeing, like, pyramid fucking art shit, like all the, like, hieroglyphs and
shout out my ancestors.
Yeah, straight up. Like, Egypt was cool.
Were those art galleries stationary, or were they moving? Were they traveling?
No, it's the Art Institute in Chicago.
So that art stays there?
So that art stays there. It's cool. It's crazy because you're looking at Picasso and Van Gogh and all these fucking...
That's a weird resting spot for that art.
Right? Yeah. Chicago, just boom. And it was one of those trips where I didn't even plan for that. Like, I was just walking, and I did plan to go see the Cloud Gate because I knew it was close. So I walked there. And then just was looking at the map, and I was like, oh, shit, that says the Art Institute. I kind of wanted to check that out, so I just walked straight there. Fucking $25 to see all this crazy shit. And it was so worth it. That was probably one of my favorite parts of Chicago, was checking out all that art, just drawing in all this inspiration from all these other artists, looking at fucking chalices, holy chalices from 1800. Then you end up in like a armor room where they have like suits of armor and fucking giant long swords and Viking swords and it was crazy, dude. Going from fine art to like all this stuff, like it was kind of mind blowing, honestly, because you would just walk up and you'd be staring at Van Gogh's famous fucking self-portrait piece that is very well known and talked about in the art realm, and you're staring at it with your eyes like just like this close.
And then as you're sitting
fucking
there,
crazy, dude.
As you're sitting there staring at it, you're looking at like the art and you're appreciating it, and then you realize this is the birthplace of drill music.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, and then outside it's block. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, did you go tap into O Block? No,
I know, huh? I should have started with that instead of saying I'm all checking out this art shit, huh? Like a loser.
No, geez. Did you land in Chicago O'Hare Airport?
Yeah.
fuck that airport.
It wasn't bad.
You
It
may
really
have-
wasn't bad.
okay, so
it was easy.
I flew there. Okay, first of all, it's a two-part thing. I flew to New York when I was like 16. It's like the first time I flew by myself, and I had a connecting flight in Chicago, and I'm just like, all right, cool, Illinois, sounds good. I fall asleep on the flight. That's my routine. I wake up, and I'm over a big-ass body of water, and I haven't looked at a map at any time soon at that point in my life, so I'm just like, And so I had the courage to ask one of the people around me, like, what's that big body of water? And they're like, looking at me like I'm retarded. They're like, Lake Michigan, bud. And I'm just sitting there like, that touches Chicago? Like,
Yeah,
so like
dude.
we glide in
It's
there.
gigantic.
And I have a connecting flight, right? So I was going from Chicago O'Hare to LaGuardia Airport, and I get out of my flight, and they're like, I'm at like gate like K4, and my connecting flight is at like gate like P13. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah.
I need to do with a golf cart, bro. I'm not walking that far. But dude, other than that, that's my only experience with Chicago. So it's badass. You
I
got
see
to
you.
go.
Yeah, it was nice, dude. It was beautiful. Like the city was cool. I was kind of expecting the airport to be all crazy, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't. Got off, walked immediately. Like if you just sit there and read the signs, like I don't know when you flew in if there was a fuck ton of people. When I flew in, there wasn't too much people. Like that kind of helped.
I
a little
feel
bit.
it.
Like it wasn't packed the fuck out or nothing, you know. But there was a good amount of people coming in and out. But yeah, all in all, Chicago was beautiful. Favorite part was probably all the art and just seeing the actual city. The city was fucking awesome. Like it. I don't know. There's just a lot to say about it. It was cool to kind of ride around in the rental car that I got to. And just kind of enjoy a trip by myself. I've never done that. I've never traveled alone before. I don't know if a lot of people do or if they have, and it's
eye-opening.
amazing. Yeah, it's really fun. Like I enjoyed it a lot. Like it was cool. Like I just kind of got to hone in onto my performance too. Talk about that a little bit. Like I performed in Joliet, which is about an hour southwest of Chicago, and that was cool too. The venue was dope. Like I'm a little pissed though because there was 2 stages
Yeah, I saw
to
you
it, and I
posting.
didn't know about that. I wish I would have signed up earlier because I would have got to hit the main stage if I signed up earlier, but I didn't. So that kind of sucked. I feel like that took away from being able to get judged by everybody. You know what I mean? Because the big stage was downstairs. I rocked that fucking stage though.
Oh, I saw
that small
your
stage. Yeah, I
video.
rocked that motherfucker. But if I only I feel like I would have placed if I got down on that normal stage.
True.
But I got to see the first place winner perform. He fucking killed it. Can't take any away from him. Shout out Young Sage. I believe his name is. The other 2 didn't get to see them perform. That placed. But there was over 100 people that performed, and I guarantee that I was in top 10. I guarantee. I did really good. I did really good. Even the promoter that watched me said I did really good. So, I'm happy. I got to see what everybody around the nation had, because this is other people coming into Chicago and doing this competition, and I got out there and I did it, and I fucking did my best and gave it my all, and it wasn't good enough to be in the top 3. I blame the fucking stages though. I wish I would have performed downstairs, but I did great. It was really, I gained a lot of experience from this.
Hell
you
yeah.
know,
Got
I
out your
did.
comfort zone. That's something to be applauded.
It was cool. I was never uncomfortable too. That's the crazy thing. Like you would think it'd be kind of out with the comfort zone. Like, yeah, I enjoyed myself a lot.
When you work hard, you feel like you've been there before.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, straight
Okay,
up. I was
okay.
ready. Huh? Right?
That's a good one. I like that.
He's got it. He nailed it, dude. But yeah, all right. Enough about me though. Enough about me. The one thing that happened with Chicago though, ended up me missing Theo Vaughn coming to our town. In spirit, I was still there. I know you've seen the signs that I hung up around. I hung so many signs.
And when we were in line, like every 3 people, someone was playing your song.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
talking
was
about.
great.
And, when you make something that people can relate to, people are gonna enjoy it, and they are. It's definitely a really good song that has came out on release, especially through YouTube.
Fuck yeah.
It's been getting my plays. But go check that out, Theo Vaughn, I'm Upstairs song. But yeah, give me your experience on Theo Vaughn.
So the show was absolutely amazing. The opening acts were fun. The first one was this chick that's on Wild Now. I forget the names because I'm terrible at names.
Yeah, Holly said she was great.
She was really funny, but like her whole act was like the pun on being like a whore. So that was kind of kind of the comedy was not as tasted
Dave's
towards
hating.
me.
Dave's hating, dude.
She made me laugh, but
Hey,
she mostly
Deryk.
just roasted like these dudes in the front row.
What do you think about horrors and comedy?
I'm first off, horrors. I'm a fan of
We refer to it as clam.
This man is a fan of horrors.
clam comedy.
Yeah.
I was trying
Clam
to Google her
comics.
name, but I can't find it. But
She was very funny. It was just like the humor was not something that I would have like paid to see in and of itself.
I see you.
But the second dude, he was really funny. This one
That was
part-
Ari Manis, right?
The second dude,
Yeah,
dude. Oh my god, he had this joke that like it hit really close to home. He was just like, we got any teachers out there? Everyone's like, woo. He's like, I don't think you deserve any more money. He's like, y'all should have to pay me. Like, no, it was good.
That's hilarious.
It was a good time. Theo fucking killed it. Like,
I wish I was there. It makes me so sad.
It was-
I miss that.
It was a good time. Can't wait to see what like acts like come next. Now that he's kind of opened that door, I feel like, and he'll probably come back. I don't see why he wouldn't. He was. In,
He has to.
He was in Grand.
He sold it
Junction
out. It was
before.
sold out.
Dude. It was. So,
He sold it out at the end.
So fun.
Day of, sold it out.
He's a great act. Like, he's and it.
Shout out Theo.
The thing
Vaughn,
about
man.
Theo is like when you go to see a comedian, you typically go and you see a dude who has like punchlines and like stories that are like it's very formulaic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Theo just off the top of the dome just starts saying shit and it's fucking hilarious, dude. Like you can tell that like he's not a deep written comedian because he just says stories and with his little mannerisms and everything and when he animates himself, it's too good to be
Did he
true.
make fun of Pueblo at all?
Nah, not really.
Didn't have nothing for it.
Nah.
It's cool because Xander met him on the street
Did you hear
and
like Xander said he like took off in like full sprint from like 3 blocks over when he saw him. And then when he ran up to him, apparently Theo was just like take you a minute, boy. Like that's what I was told.
So awesome.
Super cool.
That's
Shout
awesome.
out
I mean,
Xander for-
yeah, shout out Xander for that, bro. He told him about the song and Theo had already seen it because he was
everywhere.
walking around out. Yeah, after I had hung him up. I knew he was going to do that too. I knew he was going to do that. I was like, Theo's going to be walking around here. I'm going to hang these up all around the venue. And I did. And they were seen. And they were scanned. And that's another thing. I see a lot of people out there like, oh, my homie can make you a QR code for this. You know what I mean? People are paying for these QR. I fucking made mine for free online. tinywow.com. If you guys check them out, you can do a bunch of cool free shit. Like you can change a JPEG to a PDF. Like this website does a lot of free stuff, so go check them out. They're not sponsored or nothing, but I made a free QR code through them.
Hell yeah.
Threw it on a poster with Theo Vaughn and hung them up everywhere outside that venue. And that made him hear the song. And I even had Holly throw a USB drive with it. That was honestly overkill. We didn't even need to do that at that point because he had already seen it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thankful for her for doing that. Like, I probably still would have did it too, just to make sure. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
So, the show was
I'm
sick.
hyped, dude, because I was still there without being there.
Okay, and then about like 9:30 the show ended. It was kind of an earlier ending show, just 3 acts, from
3
like 7
acts.
to 9:30, so about not bad.
2 hours,
Theo went for the longest, which was great.
probably an hour and change.
After leaving the after leaving the comedy show, went and got some Taco Bell, you already know, and then went to the
Classic
bar.
Dave.
Yeah.
Big
Well-
classic Dave.
Well, it's right there next to the bar. It was just like it's like
Hell yeah.
It's like
Happy birthday, dude.
It's like the cup right on. It's like the cup holder convenience of Taco Bell for the bar.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
right there.
It is right there.
So then you already know. Went to Chelsea's, turned 29 at midnight, which was
Old man.
It's so weird. Like the older you get, the less birthdays feel like. It's not that they don't feel significant because it's a big day. It's like you made a lap around the sun. That's awesome. But like when I was younger, I would like anticipate my birthdays and like I would make myself a big to do about it. And then when this birthday, I was just like, nah, I'm just trying to have a good time. This is great.
Did you get Liddy for your birthday?
So it's weird. I had a bunch of free shots the like midnight
Hell yeah.
turning of my birthday, and I had like 10 shots. It was great. No hangover, nothing. Like made it home, no problems. The night or the day of my birthday, so when it turns midnight going into the 15th, I didn't have very many shots, but like same vibes at the bar, like, oh, it's birthday, let me give you a shot. Deryk can attest, at like 2 a.m, I just went from like having a good time to like I need sleep. Gravity is just doing a number on me. Like
He was faded, huh, Deryk?
yeah.
It wasn't even like to the point where like it wasn't even like hilarious or like sad.
like dumb or nothing.
Drunk, and he just passed out. Like we've all been there.
Right? Yeah, damn, all normal, huh? He's
Yeah.
all normal.
I wasn't throwing up or never threw up or nothing.
No throw up, and I put the trash can next to him. I was like, this fool, I know he's gonna throw up. And
No, dude, I've seen Dave throw up.
And
I was
it
about to
was
say
the
I've never
most
seen him throw up, but I've definitely seen him throw
He
up.
saw me the most nonchalant throw up ever.
It wasn't even because you were that drunk, though.
It was because I
muted.
ate chili fries at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
I was muted.
Yeah.
You were muted, huh?
My bad. But yeah, Dave didn't throw up or anything. I was really surprised, and the only thing that was really funny was he was using the Still Spicy banner as a blanket.
I didn't plan that.
That's fire.
Gravity.
Hell
did
yeah. That I feel like that's how it should go down here. Like, I mean, we don't have the banners no more. I don't know if you guys have noticed. This is actually the first pod with no banners.
Sport pod.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
our first sport champs with no banners. We got this hand-me-down TV.
We'll take it.
We will take it.
But yeah, after
looking nice. This Sylvania. I don't know if they're still in. I don't know if they're still a company.
Definitely not.
Probably not. Probably not. But all right, let's get into some sports
yeah.
or something, huh?
yeah, basically post bar.
Happy birthday, dude.
Drunk.
Yeah,
We'll get
you
more into it on the street
No
champ show.
hangovers.
Yeah,
too
no
old for
hangovers.
those.
Yeah, we'll get more into it on the street champ show because I got some funny stories.
Oh, do you? Well, tell one here. Tell one here. Give us a little sugar here. You know.
No, I got to make one up. Just
All
keep going.
right. Okay. He has to make one up. What the fuck, dude? All right, let's get into these NFL games right away. Let's talk NFL since we're, each week is going to be smaller and smaller talk about football
only got,
because
like,
we're
2 or 3
getting
more
to the
opportunities.
end. Exactly, man.
That got here quick, man.
It got here quick. It got here fast. Let me go down.
So yeah, pull up these past games.
All right, man. We are past the wild card round.
It was a
We
week.
are past it. That was January 14th on. So let's keep going through these football games quickly. 49ers took out the Seahawks. The Jaguars took out the Chargers by 1 point, 31-30.
On the third biggest comeback in postseason history.
Yes, the biggest.
27-0 to win 31-30. Mind blown. I've been saying that these Jags are here, and they're here now.
dude. The Chargers were chapped.
And
They
I've
lost
been
that
saying,
one.
Chargers going Charger. Chargers going to find a way to lose. It's part
You
of their.
said it.
It's part of their culture,
You
bro.
did say it, man. That's sad, bro.
It is what it is. I'm fortunate that they're in our division and they keep doing that.
Yep, it happens. It happens. All right, man. Now we had the Bills taking out the Dolphins 34-31.
In a close game.
Close-ass game, dude.
Who would have thunk? If Tua played
Come
in that
on.
game healthy, that could have been a Miami victory.
It could have been.
Keyword could, not
Could.
would.
I mean, they showed up. Dolphins showed up. I feel like a
Defense.
lot of people went into this game thinking this is going to be some big blowout or something. No, not happening. Bills got it. 34-31. 34-31.
Close ass
Bills
game.
over the Dolphins. Big upset in my eyes. The Giants taking out the Vikings 31-24.
That is an upset in the sense that
Wow.
the Vikings were definitely favored to win that. But that being said, they weren't playing at like noon, and we all know what Kirk Cousins looks like when he doesn't play at noon. He crumbles.
Crumbles, dude. 24-31. Giants take it. Passed. Going
happy
into
for
the
them.
divisional round,
Happy
dude.
for them.
I'm happy for
That's
them,
my
too.
dad's team. So even though he doesn't root or like talk about it because they ain't been shitting forever, that's my dad's team.
Bengals. Ravens. 24-17. Bengals take it.
Yeah, that
And
was remarkably close too.
Remarkably close. The Ravens just missed it. Just missed the cue, dude. Oh,
And that would've
come
been OT.
on. It would have been OT. We would have seen more to that game if you would have just made that in.
It's all good though.
But it's all good. We have the Bengals coming out and Joe Burr, divisional round. Right after that, we had the Cowboys taking out the Bucks, 31-14.
no surprise.
I mean, we all kind of seen that coming.
no surprise.
Yeah, it took a while for the Bucks to even put points on the board.
They just look bad.
They just look bad. Tom Brady frustrated. Do
Ryan-
we see Tom Brady back with the Bucks? I'm voting no.
I doubt it, but a cool note worth mentioning is that was the first game back for Ryan Jensen, the center at the Bucks, and he played at CSUP.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan, dude.
He was the highest paid long snap slash center in the league when he got his contract re-up. But there's been re-ups since, so he's no longer that guy.
no, but he still was on
CSU
top.
Pueblo Division II athlete was the highest paid at his position in the NFL for a couple of years.
That's it's a sport champ if I ain't ever heard one before, dude.
But second CSU Pueblo athlete to win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
You know who number one is? Mike Pennell with the
Oh
Chiefs.
yeah,
Yes,
with the
sir.
Chiefs.
Back-to-back years, C-Sub got rings. And then Morgan Fox was the first one to play in a Super Bowl from C-Sub.
See, that's the thing, bro. We're slept on, dog. We got rings, bitch. We got rings, bitch.
Our college
I don't know.
does have a couple Super Bowl players.
We do. It's fucking sick, dude.
But no, shout out Dak and company. That if they can play the way they played like that, and if they can replicate that performance, they're gonna win the NFC.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy what they're doing out there. Okay, now we're going on to this divisional round. We got the Jags versus the Chiefs, the Giants versus the Eagles, the Bengals versus the Bills, the Cowboys versus 49ers. Let's get into this first one. Jaguars at Chiefs. Tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. if you guys are watching this live. What do you think? Jags and Chiefs.
I'm nervous and excited all at the same time because Jaguars are, like I said, they've been hot. I'm pretty sure we were the last team to beat them, so we do know what it looks like to beat them. We know what that recipe is. On top of that, Doug Peterson, their head coach, is an Andy Reid protege, so very offensive-minded coach. They're very similar, so they're a well-coached team, and the relationship that their quarterback has with their coach says a lot, and that's why they're thriving. There's no other way around that. And they got a lot of talent. They got a lot of guys. I don't think that their offense can keep up with our offense on any given Sunday.
I agree.
But I think what this boils down to is what is our defense capable of? Because at this last couple of games stint, granted they were kind of like games that didn't necessarily matter, if that made sense. Like the Chiefs wanted to win, but they were going against opponents like the Broncos and like the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Like games that didn't necessarily matter for those teams that were eliminated. But we were firing. Our defense is firing. So I see us winning this game. I don't know by how much. I don't like predicting blowouts or anything like that. I try to be a little humble. But
one thing that's alarming when you look at the matchup, I mean, we have a 14-3 Kansas City Chiefs who've only lost 3 times, and then you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, 10-8. They've lost 8 times. There's been 8 times they're, this isn't completely true, but there's been 8 times that their defense hasn't showed up. There's been 8 times that their offense hasn't showed up, or whatever made them lose that game. But the Kansas City Chiefs have only lost 3 times to way better teams than the Jacksonville Jaguars. So
Bills, Bengals, and
I
Colts.
definitely expect a big favorite. Honestly, will you pull up some odds for me while we go through these?
Let me find these odds.
Open these odds up because I feel like the Chiefs are going to be easily minus 400, minus 300.
We'll be in there.
I would be surprised if they're in the minus 200s because, if you just look at the matchup, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to really pick the Jags, but if they decide to show up, like if this defense shuts you guys down, it's going to be a hard game for you guys. But I really don't see that happening. I don't.
All right, pulling up odds now.
We got Deryk, who doesn't even watch football. You got Jags or you got Chiefs, dude?
Chiefs.
Yeah, you do say it weird.
You say it with a V. There's no V.
Chives.
Yeah, you got the Kansas City Chiefs or you got the Jacksonville Jags?
From the way Dave's talking, I think the Chives are going to take it.
I got Chives.
What I see on social media is that Jaguars have really good coaching. Like their coach, apparently turned the team around or something like that.
He did.
Yeah,
Good shit.
Yeah, Doug Peterson.
He did. He really did
But
turn it around.
here's their odds.
You're talking about the Chives, right?
So the Jacksonville Jaguars are plus.
Damn, I like how you say that. Jaguars.
They're plus
versus the Chives.
I just said it like the 007 commercial, but they're plus 360, and then the Kansas City Chiefs are minus 480.
Called it. Called it. The Chives are definitely the big favorite right there.
So this is a big game, obviously. I anticipate us winning. And then if the Bengals, because we'll get to that game, but if the Bengals, because the Bengals are going against the Bills, if the Bengals win, Arrowhead's the host of the AFC Championship game again. If it's the Bills, because of the whole DeMar Hamlin situation, the game will be played in...
Where'd they pick?
I think Atlanta,
Oh, yeah. That's a good stadium.
I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check that. But yeah, they said it would be a neutral site. crazy.
Yeah, I mean the Chives got this up, dude. The Chives are out here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into these Giants-Eagles game. This is a game that I got my eye on. This is happening tomorrow, 6:15 p.m. Honestly, since there's only about 4 games left, man, we should really do it. Chives, Jags, guess the score. We should predict scores.
Like, I'm not adding like touchdowns or any random assortment of scoring, but it's going to be relative for. I'd say the Chiefs are probably going to eclipse like 32, 31-ish points, and I think Jacksonville's probably going to get like 24 at best.
I got 32 Chives and
24
20.
and 20 carats.
20, yeah, and 20 carats for the Jags.
Okay.
I'm going opposite. I'm going
13 apples?
low scoring game.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
I'm going 2 touchdowns on the Chiefs, and then
14.
maybe like a touchdown and a field goal for fucking the Jags.
10. 14-10? Damn, he's got 14-10 Chives.
I mean, the reason I think we're gonna score a lot is because the averages on the season, number 1 scoring offense, we average like over 30 a game on the season.
Yeah, you guys
So
have been pretty hot.
number
You guys
1
been
in
pretty
every
hot.
like metric, like.
Derek's thinking the
quarterback-wise.
Jags are going to show up, though. The
They
Jags
could, and
defense
it's
are coming
just
out here.
Jaguars. I mean, the thing that it would really boil down to is if we have a meltdown on defense on our end, and then the Jags just can keep up with our scoring. All their defense has to do is stop us once, and then if they're still in rhythm, we're kind of fucked. But I doubt,
Oh,
I doubt that's going to be
I don't
the case.
think that's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, if you want to lose some money, I feel like you should put it on the Jags.
We should just outright do a parlay. This week's parlay should just be a parlay for all 4 games, or every game.
Let's do 2 parlays. Let's make 2.
There's only 4 games. Yeah.
Let's just make 2 parlays and keep NFL one in because we got a big pay-per-view this weekend.
Okay, yeah, we'll do an NFL and a MMA, but
Yeah.
we'll get to it. So the odds for these Giants-Eagles.
Giants-Eagles right now, 6:15 p.m. tomorrow if you're watching this live.
The Giants are plus 270, and then the Eagles are minus 345. That's respectable.
That's pretty respectable.
I still foresee that being accurate to how the game plays out.
I see the Eagles taking them out.
But Daniel Jones has demonstrated that he can have a random-ass game where he'll just have like 5 touchdowns, and he'll rush for 3 of them.
To caddy that, I really think the Eagles' defense isn't as good as they were in the beginning of the year.
It's hard to say, but
It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but I really think that they're starting to drop more points to these teams as of late.
yeah.
If you guys really look into it, they've started to drop a little more points than they used to at the beginning of the season. But who doesn't? Who doesn't? We got players hurt. We have players in, players out. So
Facts.
it's it really depends. I do think that all being said, I think the Eagles will take it. I want to say, what did I say last game? 32. I'm going to say the Eagles are going to be sitting at. Do you think this is a high scoring game? It has to be.
It could
I
be.
don't
It
see
has
it
the
being
potential,
alone.
but it's probably going to be like a. It's probably going to be like a 10 to like 24 point.
Yeah,
game.
that's what I'm thinking too. I think the Eagles are going to hold them very well because they have a really good defense. I'm going to say it's going to be like 31-7 Eagles.
This is going to be a big moment for Jalen. This is going to be his like. I think
Maybe 31-14.
I think this is his second playoff game. I think he played a playoff game last season, if I'm not mistaken, or in his career.
This guy is slacking. Nice.
But
I like that you kept the normal ringtone. Like
It's
the
an iPhone
original iPhone ringtone.
it's an iPhone thing. We do that.
Yeah.
But
that's I mean, you have to.
So Jalen Hurts though in the playoffs. This is going to be a potentially big moment. We're going to have to see if he's going to be able to step up under the pressure.
Who you calling? Do you need to call it?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
Dun, dun, dun. But I'm curious to see how he performs under the pressure.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
New York's game, they're hitting on all cylinders. They know what they're doing. Their new coach.
They've been hitting, dude. They've been hitting.
Saquon looks like he's been.
This is
like he's back.
Again, I mean, if we're looking at record, we're at 10-7-1. So there's been 7 times where someone else has figured it out against these Giants. Again, we're at 14-3 with these Eagles, man. Only lost 3 times, just like these just like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yep, we're gonna see. Okay.
We are going to see what happens, though. Yeah, I got the Eagles for sure. Now let's talk about this Bengals-Bills game. This is probably going to be the best game out of the four.
Of the whole weekend.
Whole weekend. I think this is the banger.
This is either going to be
it's at 1 p.m.
My prediction for this game is we're either going to see like a 38 to 40 something point score.
Yeah, it's going to be high.
Or we're going to see like a 10 to 14. I think there's
really.
I think they both. Both their defenses are good, bro.
They are. The Bengals' defense has been really good. Have the Bills. The Bills have always had a good defense.
Defenses are good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest if this was a low-scoring game off that alone.
Yeah.
Because their defenses are fire.
I would be disappointed if it was low-scoring and non-offensive.
This game has huge implications because this is basically they're playing each other again since the DeMar Hamlin situation.
Yeah, they are.
So that's kind of huge. And then
that is very huge.
As selfish as this is, as a Chiefs fan, I'm super excited that this game is taking place because that means that either Cincy or the Bills won't be there next week, assuming the Chiefs win, of course. So that means we're only going to face one or the other. If I could. My prediction on who I think will win, as well as what I want to happen, is I think Cincy wins this shit.
Really? You think Cincinnati's going to beat the Bills?
I think so.
Even after all the DeMar Hamlin stuff and all their motivation with that.
I
feel like nothing's going to stop the Bills because of that.
I think Cincy, I think Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow at the moment, but not by like a giant margin. That being said, I think
it's who's better on the night.
I think Joe Burrow's weapons are far superior.
Yeah.
We're talking like he's got Joe Mixon at running back, Jamar Chase, you know what I'm saying, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, I believe like Hendrickson, if I'm not mistaken, is their tight end, Trey Hendrickson. Regardless, he's got a lot more weapons than Josh Allen. Josh Allen has Gabe Davis, who's a dog.
Diggs.
He's got Stephon Diggs, who's a dog.
Knox is a dog.
Dawson Knox is either a dog or non-existent. There's no in between.
I know, but he could exist in this game.
It's very possible. It just depends on like if Josh Allen sees him, and then Josh Allen gives
Davis is doing all right.
He gives Isaiah McKenzie the ball a lot, who used to be a running back.
Davis was doing better in the beginning of the season, but that's still a weapon.
Gabe Davis is still a weapon for sure, and he's like last game against. They were throwing the ball against Miami to Cole Beasley, a guy who's been out pretty much all season that they brought back.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They do have more weapons. Bengals has more weapons. I won't argue there for sure. All right, let's get into this Cowboys 49ers game. Who you got? Oh, wait. You didn't. What are the odds with the Bengals Bills?
Minus 245 Bills, plus 195 Bengals.
Okay.
I so barely predict those odds are going to mellow out by the time that game starts.
Though, hey, Bengals fans might want to hop on that. Plus 195. That's a nice pickup for those Bengals fans.
If you're just doing a regular parlay, the Bengals beating the Bills is not a shocking.
It's not shocker.
So
yeah, it's not a shocker. It can happen. The Bills are getting in these close games. All of these games are close. All right, Cowboys 49ers. What the fuck is gonna happen? I got 49ers.
So 49ers are minus 210. Cowboys are plus 170. Winner of this game wins the NFC in my mind. I genuinely think that this is basically NFC Championship Junior, and then. Like, I'm not trying to, Philly is a beast. Don't get me wrong. But I think Philly right now, if Philly were to go on and obviously beat the Giants and then play the winner of these two, I think they match up very poorly against both. The only thing that they have in their favor if they go against the Niners is that Philly has a way better quarterback. So their offense is a little bit more promising. But outside of the quarterback, the offense is super duper promising on the 49ers.
Give me my phone. What are you doing?
I want to go talk to my mom. She's out there.
Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. Thought he was stealing nudes. You know? You can never trust this guy. He's crazy.
But I don't know. I think that Dallas and the Niners would beat Philly. Excuse me. So I kind of think that this is for the NFC Championship in a way, in a convoluted way. Still got to go earn it that following week. But if the Giants somehow get by... If the Giants somehow get by Philly, then this is for sure that NFC Championship game in my mind would be like a warm-up game for the Super Bowl.
Damn. That's fucked.
That's my opinion.
So who you got?
Honestly, probably the Niners.
Yeah, I got the Niners.
The reason I say that is because Dallas is they're really a really well-oiled machine when they execute, but will they execute is the question. I'm kind of insecure on whether or not that, like, I don't trust Dak. I know Dak has games where
I
he
don't trust Dak
he
either.
goes the fuck off. Or there's the Dak that we saw who beat the Texans in like the fourth quarter with like a minute and a half left. A 1-10 and 1 Texans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
It's as hard to bet on. But like, if what we saw last week, the version of the fucking Cowboys that we saw last week beats the version of the 49ers we saw last week.
I think whoever has the best running game is going to win the game.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. So this is a divisional round. We have a game tomorrow, 2:30, Jags Chiefs. Right after that, we have a 6:15 game, Giants Eagles. On Sunday, we have a 1 p.m. game, Bengals Bills, and we have a 4:30 p.m. game, Cowboys 49ers. What game are you looking most forward to? I think I know the answer. Chiefs, Jags, you heard it here first. All right, guys. Drop in the chat if you, who you guys think are going to take the Super Bowl. Or in the comments if you're watching this not live. All right, man. Damn, I'm so sad we get through football so fast now. Remember when we'd have to read off all these games? And
Yeah.
wow. So crazy. Football's coming to an end. Do we have any NFL news? Or NBA news? Excuse me. Let's go over the NBA
Kind
games
of.
a little bit. Yeah.
Nikola
spit it.
Jokic is officially the all-time assist leader in Denver.
MVP again? MVP again?
At this rate.
Yep.
There's
We got
no-
another MVP, dude.
At
Come
this
on.
rate. And if he does get it, he'll be the only dudes to win 3 MVPs is like Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, and then I think there's one other than that. But regardless, that's elite company.
And these are the Nuggets that are at the top of the Western Conference. First place, 8-game win streak, 32 wins, 13 losses, .711 PCT. What's PCT mean?
percentage.
Just percentage of
I
the
don't know what
gaming.
the-
Just the percentage of the games.
I don't know what that acronym
Their
stands
win
for.
percentage, I think.
Yeah.
Damn, in their conference, they're 24-9. At home, they're 21-3. Away, though, they're 11-10. You know, I mean, I feel like that's kind of how everybody is. It's still the best in the division. At
Regardless,
11-10.
Jokic is leading the pack.
Other than the Grizzlies, he's leading the fuck out of the pack. So we have the Nuggets in 1, Grizzlies 2, Kings sitting in number 3, huh? Okay.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah, 25-18.
Shout out Sacramento.
Yeah, man, Kings doing their damn
De'Aaron
thing.
Fox.
Who's even on that team?
De'Aaron Fox.
Darren Fox doing his damn thing. Pelicans in 4, Mavericks in 5th. Then we go Jags, Tims, Clippers, Warriors, Thunder, Suns, Trailblazers, Lakers, Spurs, and Rockets in the 15th. 10-35. Whoa. On the Eastern Conference, we're sitting with Celtics at the top, 34-12. Bucks at 29-16. The 76ers at 29-16. Then we got Nets, Cavs, Heat, Knicks, Hawks, Pacers, Bulls, Raptors, Wizards, Magic, Hornets, and Pistons at 12-36. Woo. Who you think's gonna win the final?
Honestly,
year.
I'm just gonna wait to see how the seeding plays out.
Kind of see how it. Okay.
Because I don't know if the Warriors will make the 8th seed or not. But if they make the,
They're sitting at 9,
so they're like
22 and 23.
we're in the brink of being able to do that. If we're able to like make our way into the 8th seed and play the Nuggies as the
Yeah.
1 seed, I mean, y'all weren't healthy last season. That's for damn sure. I can't pretend that wasn't the case. But we typically give y'all a good run for your money. We don't get the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Warriors, since Steph and them have been the shit, the Nuggets have probably won more games in the regular season than the Warriors have against them. But in those playoff seedings, I don't think the Nuggets have beat the Warriors in the playoffs in our lifetime. So that'll be fun. Last year it was fun. Winston and I sat for game 3. So I'm looking forward to doing that again, hopefully.
Yee! That'll be dope, dude. Fucking sick. Get it back in there.
Other than that,
Nice.
it's hard to say. I mean, Celtics...
It is hard to say.
Celtics are beast. Milwaukee's beast. That's the best of the East, if you have to ask me. And then the West is like, it's hard to predict. Like, teams go on runs, you know. People get healthy at the right
I
moments.
mean, look at the Kings. They're at a 5-game win streak. The Grizzlies are at an 11-game win streak. Like,
I'm not scared of the Grizzlies.
yeah, you ain't scared?
No.
Nah.
Honestly, I wish Winston was here because I sent him this video, or I think he mentioned he'd already seen it, but it's a compilation of all the times of how John Morant carries the ball. Because he knows how to palm a ball.
He's
'cause
gotten
he's got
drug tested 7 times this season, too.
Well, he's got the hand ability to palm a ball, and so when he does that and he'll dribble, if you dribble and you have the ball like this and you like bring it up and then start dribbling like that again, that's a carry. There's a lot of footage where you can watch where like he takes like 2 steps before bouncing the ball just because he has the hand strength to palm it. So
Yeah.
if they call him on that, his score, it's going to be like the James Harden effect. James Harden was averaging 40 a night, and then they were like, no, we're not going to give you those hack fouls that you just kind of manifest out of people guarding you properly. So since James Harden doesn't look anywhere near as good of a scorer now that he doesn't get his hack fouls. So if John Morant doesn't get his carries, he's not going to be able to rim run as effectively.
Damn.
So like I said, he's a beast. His yam, like that dunk that he did the other night. Oh
yeah, that shit was.
my goodness. He
I did
just
see
looks like
that
my
shit.
2K character, bro. Just,
Bow.
Yams.
Poster.
but no, other than that, there's not really much. I'm scared.
Nothing
of.
crazy. Yeah.
NBA's kind of mellow at the moment.
It is kind of mellow out. We have a lot of MMA news though. That's something that ain't mellow, huh? Should we get into that a little?
Yeah. Just
What are you thinking?
Play that soundbite.
Now it's time to talk MMA.
You heard it. We're gonna talk MMA.
So
MMA.
I guess. Well, the quick news in MMA is there's a couple of announcements. There's the lightweight Grand Prix. Deryk's back.
There he is. What up, dude? Did you get a talking to from your mom's?
Yeah.
Really?
So like, why didn't you answer my goddamn phone calls?
No, she's like,
Air it out. Air it out.
She's like, I'll talk about it more in Street Chance. She's like, what are you gonna do with your life?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, she's like, my dad's all, do you want to retire one day? I'm like, what the fuck?
They don't get it. It's okay. It's okay. They don't get it, dude.
Well, really.
Just fucking take it on the chin, dude. Just shake your head and say, it's okay, guys. You guys don't get it.
Yeah, it's cool.
No, you're doing the damn thing, dude.
Don't listen to the naysayers. They weren't raised with the internet. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it either.
Yeah.
But
Damn, she did that right now.
all bold.
Can we talk about sports, Mom? That's hilarious. Well, you know, we ain't gonna please everybody with the sports we talk about.
It's all good.
Maybe we suck. Is it because we suck, Dave? Did you ask her that?
She's all just watching Sport Champs.
Yeah, she's all watching Sport Champs. She's like, "You guys are trash. What are you doing with your life?" God damn it! All right,
Reeling it back into
it back.
The MMA news.
Yeah, let's go over this last card, huh? Or let's talk about actual news
Just
first.
quick little news tidbits.
Yeah.
Bellator announced their lightweight Grand Prix, and then that's exciting. The first bout of the lightweight Grand Prix that's been announced is Umar Nurmagomedov. I think that's his name, or Usman Nurmagomedov.
Umar.
Yeah, Umar. Regardless, he's fighting Benson Henderson.
Oh wait, no, Usman.
There you go. See,
Sorry.
he's got a big family.
Umar is in UFC.
But yeah, so he's fighting Benson Henderson for the lightweight strap as part of the tournament. Like you have to compete with your belt in the tournament regardless. So that's something really awesome that I think Bellator is doing. And then a surprise entry, AJ McKee. He made the 155 transition and now he's in the 155 tournament. And
Crazy.
Pitbull's old, the other Pitbull is in the tournament, so we'll probably see those two off rip if I had to bet.
They have to fight.
Yeah, it's not the little Pitbull that he's fought twice; it's the brother. So that's.
Do you think Bellator should change the name?
I don't.
Change their branding?
I like it. I mean, it's never really persuaded me or dissuaded me.
I see you.
I just like the product. I like the thing about them is since they didn't have as much of a talent pool, you get a lot more repeat fights. But outside of that, they still have some talent. Like AJ McKee re-signed with them. I was really hoping he was going to go to the UFC low key. But I'm excited. Bellator's got like a card coming up on CBS soon. It's like Fedor versus Ryan Bader 2. That should be pretty neat. And then Johnny Eblen. Shout out Johnny Eblen, who beat Musasi to get that middleweight strap. He's defending his belt. So that should be kind of cool.
That's going to be cool.
I'm looking forward to that card low key. But yeah, Grand Prix, Bellator, they're going to announce other fights soon. Looking forward to that. And then one thing that I think is honestly pretty crazy, ONE FC has announced they're going to do an open weight Muay Thai tournament. Open weight. There's no limitations on weight. And he was asking people at the press conference, who do you guys want to see in it?
That's going to be so crazy.
And you know, one of the first fighters who's reached out.
Derek, do you know what open weight means?
A fat fuck can go against a little skinny guy.
Yep, dude. He knows exactly what's going to happen. Are you interested in shit like that?
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
That's going to be
You
so
wanna know who
sick,
reached out?
dude. What? Who?
Overeem.
Shut the fuck up. Who's gonna beat Overeem? That's fucked.
Could you imagine?
Imagine having to fight Overeem.
Dude, bro, just Overeem versus Rodtang.
He's gonna be so roided up. One doesn't test like that. One don't be testing like that.
They do the weight testing, the hydration testing.
Yeah, but they don't be doing fucking
Juice.
USADA testing, dude. They don't.
They do juiceada testing.
Dude, oh my god.
For real though, could you imagine open weight? That's gonna be like
Against an Ubereem. He's gonna be Ubereem too. He's not gonna be normal Overeem.
And then like ONE FC just had
Gonna be
a
fucking
banging
roided out.
card like recently, and on that card, I want to say, I don't know what weight classes. There's so many weight classes because ONE FC has multiple sports, and for the record, we got tickets to see ONE FC in
I
May.
can't wait.
It's gonna be
I can't
fire.
wait. That means we got to go to the weigh-ins and shit, right?
I don't know. We're gonna see.
think so.
Regardless,
That's gonna be sick.
They are one of their their kickboxing champions lost over the weekend, and he lost via like devastating.
Rodtang?
Like, no.
Okay.
This dude lost via like a right straight. Like I don't know his name because it's a very niche.
They have a lot of people.
and
in
like
there.
they have multiple belts in different sports that I'm just now
Yeah.
getting privy to. But
We're gonna learn it.
super exciting, open weight. So you guys, that like the whole premise of that is to make Muay Thai more popular. And like for the record, there's no
How
logical.
are they gonna get it sanctioned?
Oh, and it's not going to be in America. That's how.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no logical reason
Oh my god.
that Muay Thai is not more popular, and kickboxing. You know what I'm saying? Because like people who complain, who love watching MMA, say that like, oh, like I hate grappling because it's boring, and I just like the stand-up strikes. Those people don't watch Muay Thai. Those people don't watch kickboxing. This shit should be more popular. These dudes could walk into MMA just like Alex Pereira or Israel Adesanya in run game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to insinuate it's like not as legitimate, I think is not fair. And I think that ONE FC's open weight thing is going to put so many eyeballs on this tournament. There's no logical explanation that the brownie points for Muay Thai don't go up after that.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm must see. I'll keep Amazon
I'ma
Prime.
watch it.
Amazon Prime. I will keep you for this.
Yeah. Fucking facts. Dude. I am watching that shit.
That's about it. But other than that, last week we talked about, or the last week we were here, we talked about how it was supposed to be Kelvin Gastelum versus Imavov, and Gastelum got kneed in the face during training, had to have teeth sewn back into his jawline or some shit.
Yeah.
So
It looked bad. The pictures look bad.
So we had a Sean Strickland step in on super short
He did
notice.
step in, and they did fight. We will be going over that card here in a sec. One thing I did want to mention, I'd be remiss to not hit it before we talk about the rest of the MMA stuff. Rest in peace to Angela Lee, right? Rest in peace to Angela Lee. Didn't want to get the name wrong, is why I had myself
believe
reassure
that's
it
it,
with
yeah.
Dave here. 18 years old, very young. Very young to be in the sport, but very young to pass away as well. So we send our condolences out here from Street Champs to the family,
The Lee family.
the Lee family, and everybody else affected from that. Very sad news over the break that we were off of. This isn't going to be the first. This isn't the first time. This isn't going to be the last time that we have to talk about the passing of a fighter.
It's been every episode of the last two.
Yeah.
Last time it was Stephan Bonner.
God, man. But yeah, the MMA community has taken another hit, and that sucks. But yeah, we send our condolences, and hope that the family can, find some happiness in the end from this. I don't know. What do you say? Like, what do you say? He's all laughing. I was trying to find the word. Find.
Just R.I.P. That sucks.
At least I sounded better than
It
that.
wasn't Angela Lee, it was Victoria Lee.
See, this is where we fucked up.
Well, we're not. We've.
This is why I asked him. I made sure to make sure you said yes.
Well,
because I was unsure. I was like, wait, Angela Lee.
I said I believe Angela Lee's the one who's like competing for belts. It was her little sister Victoria.
Can we
Lee.
just not talk about this anymore?
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Your God, dude. We fucked that up.
Did you
Dave.
want to see that?
We messed that one up. R.I.P. to Victoria Lee. We suck. Jeez, Louise. I knew it wasn't Angela Lee when I said it. I was like, I don't think that's it. You reassured me, dude.
No, I corrected it. I corrected it. Suck a dick. I corrected it.
Oh my God, we suck, dude.
It's all
Oh
good.
man, we're so fucked.
We need
All right.
Winston.
Yeah, we need Winston, dude. No, Winston would have made fun of us more.
Good. We deserve it.
We do deserve it. Rest in peace, Victoria Lee. I am so sorry for that. Jeez. All right, let's get into this Sean Strickland card, huh?
So just for the
Oh my
record, though,
gosh.
it was originally, if I'm not mistaken, it was going to be a 185-pound bout, but because of the short notice, Strickland was like negotiated to have the bout at 205.
205. So they were bigger boys for that fight. All right, let's get into this prelims first. We had Charles Johnson knocking out Jimmy Flick in the first round, 4 minutes and 33 seconds. He almost got out of there, huh? Right after that, we had Dan Arguda taking out Nick Aguirre. Decision win. Decision win. Dan moves to 9-1. Right after that, we have Alan Nascimento taking out Carlos Hernandez via submission in the first round, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Right after that, we had Mateusz Rebecki, 17-1 now, decision win over Nick Fiore, who has the one on the record now. He was undefeated before that. Then we had Abdul Razak Al Hassan knocking out Claudio Ribeiro in the second round, 28 seconds. Did you see that one?
I don't honestly think I tuned much into this card.
Yeah, you would have remembered it if you've seen that one. Right after that, we had Javid Bashara. I remember saying last time we were on here that Javid was going to take the win on this one. Undefeated still, 14-0, taking out Mateus Mendonca. 10-1. 10-1. All right, we're moving on to this main card. Again, this card had a lot of canceled bouts. Jeff Neal was supposed to be on this. Gelton Almeida was supposed to be on this. Kelvin Gastelum, like we said earlier. But we had a bantamweight bout for the first fight of the main card. Umar Nurmagomedov, 16-0, getting a knockout win in the first round over Rioni Barcelos.
That's when I officially started tuning in.
That's when you tuned in.
I got the notification from that. It
You're
was like
casual. Has
was-
anybody told you you're casual?
I'm pretty sure that was my birthday weekend.
I know,
Or that was
I'm
my
just kidding.
birthday, actually.
Yeah, it's your actual birthday.
I wasn't even at home.
I'm just kidding.
I was here.
Fire. Mm-hmm. All right. After that, we had Rocky Raquel Pennington getting the dub, decision win over Caitlin Vieira. What'd you think about that fight?
I mean, I didn't pay close attention.
He says, Roman Kopylov getting a win over Punhele Serrano. By knockout, round two. 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Then we had Dan Ige getting the must win. The knockout of Damon Jackson. That was in the second round.
That was pretty devastating.
That was a devastating one, huh?
Damon Jackson, the knockout's pretty bad when, they get knocked and when they flail, their arms looked more attached than useful, because they just flail to the canvas.
Yeah.
He collapsed.
Oh, man.
Ige needed that.
He needed the win. He needed that win.
Yo, tell me why, and I'm not the only one who's made this comment, I get Dan Ige and Rob Font confused all the time.
They look alike.
They fight similar.
They do fight similar, too.
Different weight
I think their
classes,
records are kind of close, too. We have a 16-6 Dan Ige.
It's an irrelevant thing, but I've thought that many times, and there's been times one or the other was fighting, and I just kind of blurred the lines.
I see you. Then we had a freaking step-in, dude. A 5-day step-in. Sean Strickland called up Dana White, Hunter Campbell called up Sean Strickland and offered him money to fight. Money. We don't know how much money, but a lot of money. Sean is happy with how much money he got with this fight. 5 days notice. Had to do it at light heavyweight. 205. They were cool with it. Nasruddin Imavov lost the decision against Sean Strickland. Sean looking good.
So I thought Sean in his last fight that was legitimately last month in December, I thought he looked good in that fight. I didn't even think he lost his decision, but it was such a points fight deal. I don't know. So that being said, I didn't think Strickland deserved the decision loss that he had received. And then Imavov was just a victim of Strickland, who was coming off of a blueprint to win a fight that the judges just barely didn't agree with. So he's like, all right, I'm just going to throw more. And he weighed more. He looked good.
He did look good.
Had a little bit of a belly, which was kind of funny looking.
Yeah, he was fatter in there.
But good for him. He had to do a catch weight bout at one point in the UFC. So at this point, he's got to win at 170, 185, 195, because he did a catch weight bout at 195 with somebody. I don't remember who. And he just won at 205.
Nice.
He has 4 weight class wins. That's pretty cool.
He's doing the damn thing, dude.
3 weight class wins and 1 catch weight. So
doing the goddamn thing. All right, and now we're moving on to 283, UFC 283.
Tomorrow,
15 fights. Oh my God. We're going to be watching fights all day. But before we get into that, we have actually Deryk bringing up a nice little point we should talk about. We got Tank Davis taking on Ryan Garcia in April now.
Allegedly.
I
don't know if it's finalized. I don't want to put it
They're saying it's finalized, but it isn't officially announced yet. So we really don't know exactly what's going to happen, but someone's O has got to go. We have a 28-0 Gervonta Davis taking on a 23-0 Ryan Garcia. Who you got in that, bro?
So I mean, if you ask me to bet on it, because I'm not gonna bet, because it's whatever. I would bet that Tank Davis should win that.
I think he should too.
But I think I'm like this. Take this for what it is.
Ryan says he's the best against southpaws.
I think Ryan Garcia is a better boxer. I think Tank Davis hits harder than dudes two weight classes above him. You know what I'm saying?
Agree, yeah.
That's the difference. And then if there's anything we've learned from Ryan Garcia is he's not the best defensive fighter. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
He got put on his ass in his last bout. I can't remember who it was against, but regardless, like I want Ryan Garcia to win. I'm a bigger fan of Ryan Garcia, just as a person.
Same.
I mean, for the record, like, have you seen that video of Ryan Garcia on Venice Beach slapboxing some dude?
Yes, dude.
Fire.
That shit was fire.
And you're flirting with danger if you want to slapbox Ryan Garcia. That dude's so fucking
He's so fast, bro.
dude.
It's not even cool.
I think he's for sure going to be faster.
Yeah.
It's a
He's
matter
going to
of-
be faster.
But if he gets lit...
If
Davis-
Gervonta lands perfect...
that dude is... Oh, my God. That's just... He's a
That's
little
the thing.
Energizer bunny.
Gervonta will sit there and download you for a little bit. He'll
Yep.
download, pop. Like, he catches you with that right one.
Garcia, I think's key to victory is he's going to have to...
Pepper him.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's gonna have to hit him with that traditional Mexican boxing style, bro.
Yeah, bro. There's no way you can't. And Ryan says he's the best against southpaws. He says he's the best against southpaws.
I mean, I don't know. This could be a good moment because like there's been a lot of historic bouts where like the opponent had like Emilio Cesar Chavez when he was going against Mayweather's uncle. Like Roger Mayweather. Mm-hmm. Mayweather was, at that point was like undefeated. No one ever seen him. He was like using the Philly Swain, which is what the Mayweathers have always used. That's I'm sure what Davis employs himself. And then you saw like Chavez just decide like, oh, I'm just gonna like pepper you with uppercuts, pepper you with body shots. I'm gonna overwhelm you. When you want to do these moments that leave you open, I'm just gonna take what you give me, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. Garcia can kind of learn from those past blueprints. It's just a matter of how does Davis's fight style like deviate into its own terms versus a traditional Mayweather.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so like
it does.
The Mayweather, the blueprint to beat a Mayweather exists. It just didn't work on Floyd.
Yep, didn't. No one could get it done against him.
So this is huge.
It's a huge fight. They need to get it done. This is cross promotion fighting too.
If this fight happens, it will possibly be I say this all the time, but this might be the biggest money fight ever because it's when you have undefeated.
A lot of money with this one.
When it's undefeated versus undefeated, that's where the money comes into play. Like if you think about like a Tyson Fury versus like an Usyk fight, that I think would be the biggest heavyweight fight ever. I still think this fight does more numbers.
I agree.
I'm just being honest.
I think these guys are more popular than them. Especially Usyk. I think Usyk of the four is probably the least popular.
I was about to say Usyk is significantly less popular. Tyson Fury is top 5 zeitgeist boxer on the planet.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia, I would say, is more popular than Tank Davis because of all his social media antics, because he's a little bit more like digitally applied. But then Tank Davis is just like a homer. Everyone knows he fucking hits hard and doesn't lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude's a beast. Dude's a beast, and I'm looking forward to that fight.
Go Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
I
think
Ryan
we're
Garcia.
Team Ryan here. But I can see Tank doing it, and I won't be mad if he does.
Did you see the other boxing? We're only going to mention this one time, or I'm only going to mention this one time because I'm tired of talking about it. But allegedly, next month, Jake Paul, Tyson Fury.
What?
They allegedly booked it for February.
No.
They
Jake Paul, Tyson Fury.
No,
Tyson.
the other one.
Oh, okay. Tommy Fury.
Sorry.
You said Tyson.
I didn't mean Tyson. I meant Tommy Fury.
I was like, dude,
Tommy
Jake is
Fury.
gonna die.
No, they're not gonna do that. No,
Why would
Tommy
they do
Fury.
that?
The fact that they're rebooking, the reason I don't want to ever talk about this is because they've rebooked this. This will be like the 3rd time now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of even humoring
Who
it.
cares, right?
I'm just saying it because it's news.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, that might happen.
We'll talk about it after it happens if it ever happens.
Right. Let's get onto these early prelims
Yes.
of UFC 283. I'm
I'll
going to go
pull
through
some
these
odds.
quick. Yeah, just
Well,
shoot out
I
odds.
won't have odds for the early prelims on.
Here, I think I will. Let me pull them up.
Barstool will only have like main.
What's
bouts.
with you and Barstool, bro? You like Dave? You like Dave Portnoy?
He's my guy.
He's your dude.
He's part of my tribe.
You have to pick one meet and greet.
What do you mean?
Lil Dicky or Dave Portnoy? They're both named Dave.
I've been to a Lil Dicky concert, so probably Dave Portnoy.
Just because you've been to a concert doesn't mean shit.
I mean, I don't know. If I could hang out with like one celebrity, I think I've said this on pod before, it would be Action Bronson.
Why Action? Because he smokes loud?
And he eats the fire.
He does eat fire, dude.
You have a show called Damn
right.
That's Delicious, bro. I'm gonna be eating the delicacies that I am not exposed to in life.
All right, let's go over these.
So I have
preliminaries.
some bouts up, but again, I don't think I'll even have the order that you will have.
I have them. I'll go over them, brother. You good? So we're starting on these UFC 283 early prelims. These are starting at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow, man. 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna have double screens probably popping for the game and the fights. First fight, we got Simon Oliveira and Daniel Marcos. We have Simon at -150, Daniel at +122. Right after that, we have Jose Nunez 9-1. We have Zariah Fern dos Santos 6-4. Those odds are sitting at for Nunez -550. Then we have Zahar Farm or Farn, Farn at +390. My God. Right after that, we have Warley Alves taking on Nicholas Dalby. Dalby sitting at a +104. Alves sitting at a -128. I would definitely go with Alves on that. That's a good pickup right there. Dalby's getting dropped a lot lately, so might want to pick up Warley Alves. He's a tough fighter right there. Definitely might want to parlay him up. Honestly, you don't even need to. You just do a money line pickup at -128. That's a good pickup right there. Right after that, we have a Ishmael Bonfim taking on Terrence McKinney. And I am very surprised at these odds. This is a -125 for Terrence McKinney and an Ishmael Bonfim. I can see Terrence McKinney taking this dude out pretty quick. I could be wrong, but Terrence McKinney is definitely someone you want to keep your eye on. What do you think about that?
I think if your
I
name
don't know about this Bonfim.
if your name's not Drew Dober, I think Terrence McKinney's gonna beat you.
Let's look into Bonfim a little bit. This is his first fight in the UFC. He has not fought in the UFC before.
I have to assume he's a grappler to have those types of odds against a very notable striker.
He is. Yeah, let's see where this dude is from. I'm going to pull up. So, yeah, fighting Terrence McKinney. This is his first time ever being in the UFC. He's coming off of, whoa.
So, yeah, right now...
He has not lost in a long time. He hasn't lost since 2014, and that was against Moicano. Moicano choked him out, rear naked choke. Right after that, he beat Lucas Kai. He beat Fabio Lima. He beat Joe Lucas Neto. He beat Glacio Elizario. He beat Edison Perez. He beat Mateus Nascimento. Beat Rodrigo Fernandez. Edvin Reyes. João Lucas Neto again. Rango de Sa, Audrey Augusto, Narman Abbasov. He's like on an 8-fight win streak outside of the UFC. But the last 3 wins are from decision. His last knockout coming in 2020, just about 3 years ago. Oh, I'd say about 2, because it was in August. But I don't know, man. I think you're going to have a big step up of competition coming into the UFC. I don't care what fight streak you're coming off of. You're going to have to prove yourself in these fights. I'm very surprised to see Terrence McKinney fighting so soon.
So,
but I really do think this pickup of Terrence is a really good one. So maybe put your money on Terrence McKinney, or put your money on this to not go the distance.
I was about to say I have some odds in front of me. So,
what do you say?
check it. So this is just odds. I'm just going down the dissection of odds in the fight, like who wins by what and stuff like that.
I like it.
And for Bonfim to win by decision, yes, him winning by decision is a +800. His winning by his no is -1667. And then if you do this, for Terrence,
so he's a finisher. They're saying he's
and then Terrence
gonna finish.
Terrence,
well, I mean, Terrence is a
but hold
finish
on.
or be finished.
But
guy.
Terrence McKinney's is the same thing. Terrence McKinney to win by decision. So this is humoring that they don't finish the fight. it's a plus 1,600 or a minus 5,000.
Holy
That basically
shit.
means these dudes have Bonfim has 2-1 odds to win via not decision, and then Terrence McKinney has over 3-1 odds to win via not decision. This
Yikes.
fight, you should be able to bet will not go to the decision based on those odds.
Seriously.
That's
it's
some
not
serious
gonna-
odds. 2-1
and
versus 3-1. Nah, bruh.
Let's check out.
If you
Sorry,
look,
I want to look at these.
if you
props.
check it out, check out these.
Yeah, so for this to go to decision on FanDuel, minus 900 for no.
Peep those odds. It shows all the different ways it could finish in the odds.
Plus 200 McKinney knockout, plus 340 submission. Nice. I
The
like it.
submission
I
odds
like
are
it.
actually like higher pluses. So
I'm
that
picking McKinney, dude. I think
I-
McKinney gets it done.
I don't see it, dude. He's such a beast.
He's a beast.
Other than
dude.
Drew Dober, I don't think he stumbled once in front of us.
We're riding with McKinney. All right, and I'm going to have you read off these odds now. So now we have Juan Larceta, 12-1, taking on Cody Stamen, 20-5. This is going down in the bantamweight division. What are those odds, Dave?
So Cody Stamen is at a minus 360, and then Luan Louise is at a plus 275.
Okay. Right here on FanDuel, we have plus 300, minus 430 for Cody Stamen. Right after that, we have about Shamil Abdurakhimov.
It's Abdurak.
Abdurakhimov. Yeah,
Yeah.
Abdurakhimov. Shamil Abdurakhimov taking on Jelton Almeida. We are waiting for this fight. I can't wait to see Jelton Almeida fight again. If you don't put your money on Jelton Almeida, I don't know what you're doing. That dude has to be the big favorite.
This is dummy odds. This
Dummy?
This is one of the most one-sided odds in a fight I've seen in a long time.
Let's see it.
So, Shamil Abdurakhimov, again, we're butchering that, forgive us, plus 700. Jailton Almeida, minus 1115.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
That's, wow.
Yeah, big wow. What's Jelton by knockout? Let's
Let me see.
I need to see what this dude is at knockout for you.
So, Almeida to win by knockout KO or DQ, which is for whatever reason rolled into one, plus 210. Or then for his Shamil to win by KO, TKO, or whatever is plus 1,400.
On FanDuel,
And then
Jelton Almeida inside the distance, minus 800. What the fuck?
No, check it out. Almeida for submission, minus 148.
I mean, I don't think he's good. I think he's going to knock him out.
I do
This
too.
is heavyweight.
But there is that crazy flurry that leads to a rear naked.
Yeah, you're right.
And next thing you know, you like minus 148 on a that is not a crazy throwaway bet.
It's not a crazy throwaway bet, but we have a Jelton Almeida. Well, I mean, he got a submission his last fight.
And it probably
He got a sub his last
flurries
fight.
lead to those moments, bro. People put their necks out when they fall down.
Yeah, he got a sub his last fight.
It's
dude.
not-
You might be onto something
It's not
here.
crazy, but this should be an ass whooping.
It's yeah. Sounds like it's going to be an ass whooping or a big upset.
Everyone's money says it's going to be an ass whooping.
Right after that, we're going into the main prelim card.
Holy shit, we got the same name twice, but one dude's first name is the other dude's last name.
Yeah, so Gabriel Bonfim taking on Munir Lazez. Bonfim at 13-0. Bonfim sitting at minus 172 on my odds. What do you got him as?
Minus 177.
Yep.
And then plus 140 for Laziz.
I don't really know who to go for off of these guys. All I can tell you is Bonfim is undefeated. Lazez has lost 2 times. This is in the welterweight division. Again, this is what we're starting the normal prelims with. Right after that, we have Tiago Moises taking on Melquizel Costa. We got Tiago Moises sitting at 16-6. Then we got Melquizel sitting at 19-5. I really don't know who to go for on this one. What are the odds?
Tiago is sitting at a minus 375, and then Costa is at a plus 285. So everyone kind of thinks Moises has got this in the bag.
Yeah, pretty much. Right after that, we have Gregory Rodriguez sitting at middleweight, taking on Bruno Vieira, who is undefeated, 9-0. And then we got RoboCop coming in here fighting tonight, huh? Or tomorrow night.
It'd be like that.
I guarantee he's the favorite. What do you got him as?
So Gregory Rodriguez is at minus 315, and Bruno is at a plus 245.
Nice. Those are better odds than my FanDuel odds. We have minus 340 for Greg on FanDuel. Right after that, though, legend.
This has got to be his last battle.
It's his last fight. I think he's retiring after this no matter what. This is Mauricio Shogun Hua taking on Ihor Porteria. Porteria? Is it Ihor Porteria? I think so. So Mauricio is sitting at 27-13-1, taking on a 19-3 Ihor Porteria. Man,
You know what that one is?
I should. I can't remember.
Dan Henderson.
Yeah, Dan Hendo. Yeah. I do remember.
One of the
that,
greatest
yeah.
fights of all time.
That was a crazy
One of the greatest
fight.
trilogies of all time.
I
Y'all
remember
ever wanna
watching
see-
that shit live.
Y'all want to see two old men just throw bones for fucking an hour? Go watch those two.
Yeah,
you got,
seriously.
The footage exists. There's an hour.
Shout out to Shogun, man. I'm sad to see him go. This is for sure his last fight. They're not doing him any favors, giving him Puteria, but, I think he's going to get it done. I'm going to ride with Mauricio. I'm not going to put money on him.
He's not the
But
favorite either.
He's definitely not the favorite.
plus 175, Shogun minus 225 for Potiera. Or Potieria.
Yeah, I mean,
Potieria.
if you guys don't know who Mauricio Shogun Hua is, he is one of the pioneers of the sport. He's the last fighter in the UFC from the Pride era. Anybody that has fought in Pride is no longer in the UFC. He is the last of them, and he's doing his fight for the last time tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Legend.
He's a legend, and I'm sad to see him go. Happy to see him go, though, too. I don't think he should be fighting anymore. He's too old for this, man.
Yeah.
I think, let's see, how old is he? 41. He's fighting a 26-year-old, man. Like, what are we doing? Let's not, Mauricio, let's not. I mean, we never really get to see our legends leave in a good way.
So, like, when I started watching UFC and taking it seriously, like, I remember it was, like, right after Chuck Liddell had gotten knocked out by Rashad Evans.
Oh, yeah.
And so, at that point, I was, like, glued. I was like, I have to watch this shit. And then the belt changed hands, went from Rashad Evans, and then Rashad Evans held the belt, and then Rashad Evans lost the belt to Lyoto Machida in devastating fashion. And when Lyoto won, I was like, oh, this is that's the baddest man on the planet. And then Shogun Hua said, hold my beer. I'm going to fight this man for 5 rounds. Y'all might not think I won. Y'all might think I won. We're going to rematch it, and I'm going to baptize him into unconsciousness. So I legit thought Shogun Hua was the baddest man on the planet, pound for pound. And then John Jones. And the rest is history. So
Damn, I think my dad got hacked. He's all sending fucking texts, like, in our fucking group chat and shit.
tough.
Big tough.
But
Fuck. I'm all trying to fix it.
Shogun's such a legend, bro. I mean, and he's kind of a random comment. He's got that same thing going on that, like, Robbie Lawler has going on, where they're, like, devastating, ferocious strikers, but then you hear them on the mic and they have, like, really, like, soft-spoken voices that don't match their physiques. But good for you, dog.
Yeah, good for you. Sorry, I'm trying to. My mom clicked on the link, and my fucking wife clicked on the link already. So
That's good.
that's terrible.
Don't click the link. So the next fight coming in after this one, after the Shogun versus Podieria, assuming I'm pronouncing that right, is one of my favorite fighters. We've mentioned him many, many times. Paul Craig is taking on Johnny Walker. That should be a 205-pound barn burner, though. You lost in thought?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to help my family with this shit.
It's all
I
good.
really wish they didn't click on the fucking. I'm just trying to not get our fucking information stolen, So I'm dealing with this right now.
It's all
So
good.
I am so sorry.
But Paul Craig is also known as his alter alias is the Bear Jew. Hands down, one of my favorite fighters off of, like, that name alone.
Hold
and
on
then
one sec.
Johnny
Keep going.
Johnny Walker is kind of a world beater. He's just coming off of a victory recently. He I can't remember who his opponent was, but he won his last bout. And then when he took his, like, okay, the typical routine is you take a photo in your outfit with your gloves or whatever, and
Okay.
they post that to your social media. And then after that, you're supposed to go back to your locker room. But I forgot what venue he was at. Instead of taking him to his locker room, they walked him out to the street and then told him no re-entry to the venue. So homie's sitting there in, like, underwear, fight gloves, no socks, no shoes, no shirt, no nothing. And he's just standing there with all his fight team, and they didn't allow him to come back into the venue.
I remember seeing that actually online.
Yeah, Johnny Walker. It's fucking crazy.
Damn.
It's just him walking down Vegas in, like, basically his underwear.
They just don't like him.
No, it wasn't a hateful or distasteful thing because him being him. It was the security or whoever worked the venue at that place for whatever reason, decided to shoo him out the exit door and not back to his locker room. And they had a no re-entry policy. So he was just a victim of the no re-entry policy.
That's kind of crazy though for a fighter, like a person that's literally on
An employee of the company?
Yeah. That's
who,
crazy.
Who just competed? Like, how can't... Like, bro, like, do you think I shoved something up my ass when I walked outside? Like,
yeah. Like, would they do that to Dana White?
No.
So I wonder where that stops.
I think it was just a weird scenario where they were just super unorganized, and that's what happened. But regardless, the odds for this fight for Johnny Walker versus Paul Craig is Johnny Walker is minus 200. Paul Craig is at a plus 155. So I'm going to be riding with you, Paul Craig. Probably going to be my parlay piece. As we move past that, the next bout, we have Lauren Murphy taking on Jessica Andrade. Jessica was a former champion. She's competed for 2 different belts in the women's divisions, so she's going to be a huge favorite. But Lauren Murphy's coming off, I can't remember who her last bout was against, but she won it in emphatic fashion. And I also saw Lauren Murphy when I went to LFA 133 in Denver. She was in the audience. That was pretty cool. She was taking photos with the fans.
Who's hotter?
Neither of them.
Neither of them?
One looks like she fights for a living because she has to, and the other one's butch.
Nice.
But Lauren Murphy is a plus 370 and Jessica is a minus 500. I don't agree with those odds at all. Lauren Murphy is definitely game. She lost her last loss was against Shevchenko. I mean, I think all girls will lose to Shevchenko in a relative weight scenario. So those odds I think will actually fluctuate closer to tomorrow, but we'll see. I feel like this is kind of the winner of this will have a lot of momentum. They might be able to move on to like a number 1 contender fight per se because the women's divisions are a little bit shallow right now with contenders. Moving on, we have Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny. This is at welterweight. This should be a huge fight.
It's a good name.
Gilbert Burns' last fight, I'm pretty sure was his loss, unanimous decision loss to Hamzat Chimaev. That was an absolute war. I think Gilbert Burns earned more fans than he lost from that. I don't remember who Neil Magny's last bout was against, but he's shouting out Denver, so everyone's rooting for Team Magny out here. Nothing against you.
He's from Denver?
I don't know if he's born there, but he fights out of Denver. He runs like a whole gym and like a bunch of wrestling camps for kids and stuff.
Oh, damn, that's sick.
I saw Neil Magny as well when I was at LFA 133 because he had some fighters that were fighting on that card that he trained with, so that was cool. So I got to see Neil.
All right, sorry.
It's all good.
God.
All right,
They got my family, dude. The hackers, dude.
They hacked him?
Okay,
The Russian
so-
hackers, bro. They got my dad sending links on Facebook.
Already-
It's like, this guy died. Fucking click. And then Holly clicked on the link. So I told her she has to change every password. She has to, like, clean her phone. She
Oh,
has to,
man,
like-
that's hilarious. Damn,
yeah,
that
bro.
sucks.
Don't click on any links, bro. Even if it's, like, it came from my dad through Messenger. They hacked him,
True.
though. He was hacked. As soon as I seen the link, I was like, that's a hack link.
So you missed me running down a couple of fights. So what I'm gonna do is the odds have already been said. My
That's all
predictions
right.
have already been said.
That's all right,
I'm just
even if
gonna-
I missed them.
I'm gonna name the fighters, and I just want to hear who you think wins.
Okay.
Bear Jew, Johnny Walker.
I got Johnny Walker. I think he knocks him out.
It's fair. Lauren Murphy, Jessica Andrade.
Andrade's going to take her out.
Okay.
Quick.
Magny Burns. Gilbert Burns. Jarzinho.
I got Burns.
So he's minus 530 and Magny's plus 380.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a little disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
I think Neil can win that fight.
Oh, for sure. And then go up a little further. Now.
Oh man.
Now.
The fourthrology, what is it called?
This is the most justified fourth fight I've seen in UFC history, and it's also one that I will agree that I am enthusiastic about seeing.
Moreno won last fight, if you ask me.
I mean, I think
Moreno won.
I agree to be 100, but because it is what it is. I look at it like a belt don't lie. You know how they say ball don't lie?
Yeah.
Belt don't lie because like Figgy got hurt.
He did get hurt.
What did Moreno do? He went and fought the real number 1 contender in Kai Kara France and TKO'd that dude.
Facts. Real champ right there.
Hey, Deryk.
My bad.
This man's all enjoying a Reese's fast break. What the fuck?
Yeah, but
Is that a fast break? What is that?
like a take 5 or something.
It's off. It's a granola bar.
Oh, okay. He's in the granola bar.
But
it was just it wasn't even that bad. It was just very slow and little.
I'm
cracks.
excited though for this
That was
fight.
funny.
The odds are pretty pretty like coin flippy. So you
Yeah,
got,
they're definitely coin
You got Brandon Moreno with his like third coach in like 4 fights because James Krause is a convict. He's coming in. Brandon Moreno's coming out minus 124, and then Figgy is at just plus 100. That's not.
Wow.
That is a coin flip. You know, if this fight ends in a draw, make Figgy go up.
If this fight ends in a draw, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
If this fight,
They've fought each other for 4 years straight.
you know what
now.
they should do? This is gonna sound crazy.
Three,
Hold on,
3 years straight.
This is
Excuse
gonna sound
me.
so crazy that the UFC's only said they were gonna do this one time and then didn't do it. But so when they were crowning the flyweight champ in the beginning, when it was Ian McCall versus Mighty Mouse, and they fought to a decision, and the decision came back a draw. And that pissed off Dana White and company because that was for the inaugural flyweight belt. And he's like, I got to reschedule this fight. Are you kidding me? So they made a rule that if they fought the next fight and they went 5 rounds and it was a draw again, sudden death round determines the winner, no matter what. The 6th round that they didn't end up using because Mighty Mouse won the decision, if they used that 6th round, whoever won that 6th round won the fight no matter what, if it was necessary. Figgy and Moreno don't need to fight a 5th time.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah, like I said,
This is the last time.
I think that
That's
like
it.
if the stars align, no offense, Figgy, but if the stars align, you lose, you go up in weight, and then Moreno just holds that belt in that.
I
weight
will
class.
say though, dude, did you see the recent video of him? He looks good. He looks good right now.
Yeah.
Motherfucking cut.
He looks like he took his weight cut more seriously.
Yeah, he looked
Because
good.
his last weight cut, the pictures that came out of him like with like his
Looked
training,
rough.
with the towels and the fucking Epsom salt and all that shit. He looked like a ghost.
Yeah, he looked rough. Right after that, the last fight, light heavyweight bout, Glover Teixeira finally getting his title shot after all the big mess we had to talk about that.
Ankalaev
and
versus, Blachowicz.
Yeah, I mean, oh
I'm
my
not gonna
god,
lie, though,
I can't believe he's fighting for the title now.
As lame as this sounds, I think that the winner of this is a more worthy champion. Not to say that as a fighter, both fighters are worthy champions. Jan was the champion, and fucking Ankalaev is a worthy champion. I just mostly say that like these two deserve to be fighting for a belt, as to where those two were fighting for a #1 contender spot, as it should have been. It's no offense to them as to say they're undeserving, because one of them is gonna fight. They probably rematch, and it's the same exact implied circumstances. #1 contender fight, winner gets Jamal Hill or Glover. But Glover is a underdog.
I can see Glover taking him down and submitting him.
I can see Glover eating a 3-piece and a soda and not seeing 1 minute of the fight.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I'm not trying to be mean, but like
I can see it too.
the way Jamal Hill beat Thiago Santos, bro, that blueprint I think takes out. I don't think there's any 205er that Jamal Hill can't sleep.
I agree with that, but I just think
Glover's
he has so much experience, bro.
He should be in the most
Jamal
insane shape.
can't. I'm gonna say this loosely. Jamal can't throw anything that Glover hasn't seen before.
True, but the only thing that I could say that's working in Glover's favor, Glover was in shape for that original bout that he was supposed to have against Yuri that ended up being taken away because of Yuri vacating. So Glover helped Pereira beat Izzy because they trained together in Massachusetts, or in I think Massachusetts. Regardless, Glover has been in shape from helping that. He's been in shape from the initial fight camp that he started to a fight that should have happened already, and then he'd had an additional fight camp that's led up to this. So hypothetically, Glover should be in the most consistent shape of this last 4 months of probably his professional career, because he's just been in 2 consecutive fight camps. Technically 3 if you think of how him helping Alex Pereira. So Glover should be super game, and you're right, there's not a punch he hasn't seen, but did he see Rumble's punch?
He's seen it. He
saw him.
Yeah, he's seen it. He woke up and seen it later too.
With one less tooth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's seen it coming. It knocked him out.
And let's not forget Jamal Hill's sweet dreams.
Yeah. What are the odds?
So Glover is...
He has to be the favorite.
No, Glover's the underdog.
I'm not surprised.
Let me find it. Dun, 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 dun.
Probably barely, though. It's not a big favorite, is it?
It's like a pick 'em almost.
Okay. I was going to say, if it was like a minus 300 or something.
So Glover is plus
off.
102. Plus 102.
Oh, see? Yeah.
And then minus 127 for Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go.
I don't
hold on,
know.
I, need to see a
got
little
Glover.
more.
I got Glover.
Let's
I want
see.
him to win. I want him to win. I want him to take it. Like I just want him to soar away in the sunset with the belt on his shoulder and say bye, guys. Like, fuck it. Like it's already a mess already. The title is already a mess at this weight class, anyways. Fucking what would him winning and riding off in the sunset do? That wouldn't really.
I don't think
ruin
that Dana
anything.
White would knowingly let him compete for a belt with the notion that
They let fucking GSP do it.
GSP lied to him.
Yeah, you're right.
He told GSP, I let you fight for this middleweight belt and you have to defend it at least one time. And then GSP's like, my health. Like,
Glover is probably down to defend it again. He doesn't give a
I'm
fuck.
confident. He loves
He doesn't
fighting.
give a fuck. Like
But
he has a
again,
great career.
Glover's in his 40s. There's no other dudes in their 40s who were like competing for belts. Like, Glover.
Like this, dude. That's why I want him to win. That's why I want
he's
him to win.
Brazilian Randy Couture, basically.
Yeah, and this is in Brazil. Ugh. He can do it. He can do it. But yeah, that is UFC 283. That is what's happening. Those are all the fights. Take with what you will with what we say. I'm going to shoot out some notable bets to bet on.
While you're looking into those, we have some pretty crazy MMA news that has taken place in the last week.
Hold on that because I'm going to run through these real fast. Nunes and Farn, under 2.5. Warley Alves, money line. McKinney, Boonfim, under 1.5. Gelton Almeida in round 1. Good pickup. Walker and Craig, under 1.5. Rodriguez Fajeda, under 1.5. Johnny Walker, money line. Andrade Murphy, under 2.5. Figueiredo and Moreno, under 2.5. Glover Teixeira and Jamal Hill, under 2.5. Basically, all these expect them to not go the distance. And then Glover Teixeira, money line. Go ahead.
So, in a crazy shakeup of events and unforeseen, as some of you may or may not know, the UFC was in a huge contract negotiation debacle, if you will, with their then, I have to phrase it this way, the then heavyweight champion of the UFC, Francis Ngannou, and for reasons that we can get to, they could not come to an agreement on contract and moving forward. So as of this moment, as of this recording, Francis Ngannou is a free agent in martial arts,
No longer the
sports,
heavyweight
whatever. Vacated his title, and this had two huge repercussions. One, there's now a vacant belt, so the UFC's like, we need to make a belt or a bout for the belt. That's the second part of the news. The belt will be the vacant UFC heavyweight belt will be fought for in March with John Jones
Facing.
Surreal Gone.
Woo! That's going to be a banger.
Now,
It's going to be a good fight.
should be huge. I have opinions as to why it was Surreal Gone and not Stipe. Two opinions. Opinion A, Surreal Gone's fought more than Stipe has. Stipe hasn't fought since he lost his belt.
They asked Stipe about the fight too, and he agreed to it.
Yeah, so
They
here's
just went with Gone instead.
I think that part of it was recency, and the other part of it, this is what I was going to get to, is I think that if the UFC is playing puppet master with everything they want to happen, this is what they want to happen. They want John Jones to win.
And then fight Stipe after.
Exactly. Because they don't they know that if John Jones wins, that's the biggest fight in heavyweight history. It's you have the greatest pound for pound fighter that we've ever seen versus the greatest heavyweight we've ever seen. Stipe is multiple time heavyweight champ, the only dude who's defended it 3 times.
Yep.
In the history of that belt, no one's defended it 3 times
Other than Stipe.
but that man. And that included
One of them against Francis.
and 2 of them against DC.
Yep.
He fought DC.
Yeah, 2 of them against
He
DC,
did-
and he won 2 of them. Wow.
Fought DC 3 times, won 2 of them.
1-1. Yeah, or 1-2. Lost 1.
So you can't tell me that isn't the fight to make. Stylistically, that's the fight to make. It'll be for the official baddest man on the planet title. If Steve, now, I don't want to look past Surreal Gone. Jones could lose this, but
Can.
I'm just gonna.
Gone knocked out Tuivasa last time.
He did, but I'm gonna
not forget.
I'm gonna borrow a little bit of rhetoric from our boy Brendan Schaub. Fucking Francis Ngannou out wrestled Gone on 2 blown out ligaments in his knee. 2 blown out ligaments.
What do you think John's
and he's
gonna
a
do?
striker.
What do you think John's?
What do you think John's gonna do?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too, honestly.
What is Surreal Gone I don't know. John fights long. He's kind of a boring fighter, or he can be. But when John fought Alexander Gustafsson that second time, there was nothing boring about that. He fucking wrestled him to the ground, took back mount, and just made it rain until the ref had to save him. So I feel like John's about to just put another notch in his belt. Will we see John lose ever? Like, we'll have to tune in. But like, I'm excited as fuck, to be honest.
I'm excited too.
I'm, dare I say, more excited for this fight than if it would have been like Ciryl Gane versus Ngannou rematch, or a Ngannou-Stipe rematch.
I'm still sad because Ngannou didn't get to seal his greatness.
No.
Like, a lot of people out there think that his legacy is done, and it's he did it. He did the thing. I disagree. He's not the greatest heavyweight of all time. He could have been, but now he's a free agent, and now he's not in the UFC anymore. That argument's over. He won't be the greatest of all time.
He doesn't,
in
have,
my eyes, because he doesn't have the resume for it. There's no way he has the resume for it. John comes out and wins this title. He's I mean, that resume speaks volumes.
And on top of that, this will be
maybe not in the heavyweight division, but
like when we talk about weight or jumping weight classes or forcing people to move up in weight, like we were talking about Figgy earlier, we're talking about going up 10 pounds because the weight cut's not good for you. John went up 60 pounds.
Yeah.
He went up 60 pounds. This isn't a one-weight jump. He technically jumped the equivalent in any other standardized transitional weight would have been 6 weight classes.
But ring rust exists, and I'm curious on how he's going to look.
And I'm also curious.
Took him 3 years.
What is Gane going to do? Like, what is Gane's game plan? Because if Gane's game plan is to throw leg kicks, I don't think that's going to do much. If Gane's game plan is to try to stand and strike with John and see if he can manage with John's a lot longer than you, I am very curious what their game. He's obviously not going to try to grapple him because Gane's not a grappler. We learned that.
We're going to see how John looks at heavyweight.
I think he's just going to be slow compared to what we're used to. But I think he's going to be like, I just imagine it's going to be a little uglier. We're going to see a lot more clinch work like we saw when he was a little bit younger, because he's not going to try to throw like full weighted punches. He's just going to like grab you by the back of the neck, and he's going to throw elbows and knees and just show us what made us all fall in love with him. Or he might just be like, you know what, I'm just going to see what you're going to do, and whatever you do, I'm going to do it better, and I'm just going to win. That's typically how he does it.
And he's an athlete, and he made the weight move right, but in that weight move being done the right way, you gain some ring rust from that because it took so long. I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens. I'm excited. I want John to win because I want to see John Stipe. I really do. I don't really... I care about Gane and John, but I don't, I would have rather had the Stipe fight right away and then maybe had Gane fight the winner of that, because then we could have used Gane in a different fight of heavyweight after that. Like, we could have kept this bitch going, I don't know.
Any matchup with John Jones at heavyweight, take my money.
Because, I mean, Tommy Aspinall, too. We can't forget Aspinall.
He had that injury.
Oh, yeah, he's injured. You're right.
Yeah, his knee. But no, there's so much talent. Like, Spivak. He's fighting Curtis Blades. Like, that. The winner of that is basically, like, #1 contender. Not
Curtis Blades is another guy.
That would be an amazing matchup. Because, I mean, Curtis Blades can do the shit that John does. It's just John is a better, like, he's a sharper athlete. Curtis Blades is more raw, but he's a berserker. Like,
he's a beast.
I mean,
he's an animal.
I don't know at heavyweight if it's not Stipe. I really don't know who gives John a run for their money, though. Just unless John slows, like, if John slows down, we'll see. But
Tom Aspinall can give him a run.
We'll have to see. I think so too. But I'm just, like I said, let's get past Ciryl Gane.
Yeah.
And if John, let's say John loses that bout. Let's just humor that for this quick moment. Don't think it's gonna happen, but let's just say it does. If John loses that bout,
yikes.
Well, hear me out.
Yikes.
If John loses that bout by decision, and it's not like fucking like 46, like 49 type decision, like if it's a 47-48, 47-48 type decision, we're getting a rematch. John Jones has earned that privilege. You know what I'm saying? But that would suck, because then the belt would be on hold again. Like, the whole heavyweight division would have to wait for a minimum of 2 fights. That's like 3+ months. But I don't know. This is exciting. This has got me more excited for the heavyweight division than before. Granted, if it was John versus Ngannou, that would have been insane. But I think that would have been a boring fight. I think John would have made it boring. He would have just shown, like, oh, you want to throw hard, heavy strikes? I'm just gonna
shut it down.
I'm just gonna use supreme footwork and hit you from the outside. You're not gonna be used to it.
But if Francis lands,
we're gonna have to humor that, just like if Francis lands a boxing contract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm sad he left. I wish he stayed.
I'm calling it right now. He's gonna try the waters at some type of boxing deal, whether it's an exhibition or a 1-of-1 or whatever it is. He's gonna try to manifest that. If that doesn't happen, I can't see him fighting under any other organization than UFC. I don't see him going to Bellator because think about it.
That would be so
Here's why I know he's not. The only way that Bellator could attract him, the only way in my mind, is if they look at him and go, "We're gonna make you the highest paid Bellator heavyweight, like all the shit that you wanted that UFC didn't give you. We'll give you this. We'll give you the fighter's insurance that you asked for that UFC didn't give you, and we're gonna do a heavyweight or the heavyweight tournament Grand Prix in the first fight." You get Ryan Bader for the championship. That's the only way I could see him even wanting to human. In his mind, his brownie points don't go up by beating Ryan Bader or fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not really enough heavyweights to justify his presence anywhere else. Literally, like, PFL has Verdum. Who else do they have? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who else do they have? They really don't.
Bellator has, like, Roy Nelson. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. What do they make Nemkov go up from 205 and then fight in the heavyweight? That would be cool, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think there's enough talent to attract him anywhere. I think he goes for, like I said, like a heavy stakes boxing bout. He's only going to get one. I genuinely don't think he's going to fare well unless he takes a can fight, which then he's going to thrive. But go get that money, chase the money, get your exhibition bout under your belt, and then I think he's coming right back to the UFC, or I don't think he fights again.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, he doesn't have the money or the pull. He did not make enough money in the UFC to never fight again. His last fight, he made $500,000. His training camp probably cost $30,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably.
So he's spending 10% of his purse just getting to the show.
Yeah,
on championship money. So, like I said, I see him getting one gimme bout or someone humoring him. Like, if it's him versus Tyson Fury, take my fucking money. But Tyson Fury is going to embarrass you, dog.
Yeah, and he's focused on real boxing right now. That's the thing. This would be more of a thing if Tyson wasn't focused on real boxing anymore.
I don't know who he would get. Like,
yeah.
Like, who would he get? Like, who's going to box Francis that people are going to pay to see?
Bare knuckle. Francis and bare knuckle.
What is he gonna go baptize Joey Beltran?
I don't know. Someone who's willing to die.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you throw him in there with anybody bare knuckle, people gonna pay to watch it. They ain't gonna give a fuck.
They'll pay to watch him.
I will pay money to watch that shit.
People will pay money to watch him fight anything under any set of rules.
Francis bare knuckle. Oh my god.
Maybe, I mean, I can't name talent anywhere for him to go legitimize his career with, because like, in my mind, he wants.
It's not even about legitimizing his career. If that was it, he'd still be in the UFC.
Well, and if it was like a money grab, then like I don't think he's got like fuck you money boxing opportunities that he's pursuing.
Not anymore.
I never thought he had that.
He had Tyson. He had Tyson.
I think that was smoke. I think Tyson would have done it because he knows it was easy money, but that would have been an exhibition. That way, at worst, if Francis somehow shocks the world and somehow lands, and then Tyson got somehow slept by Francis, which would be like impossible for me to believe happening, it would have been an exhibition.
All right. Enough about Francis. Can we talk about Power Slap, please?
I was about to say, bro.
Can we please talk about Power Slap
League? No pun
League?
intended. That show fucking smacks, bro.
That shit was dope. I enjoyed it.
So first of all, the fact that it was on right after.
Before we really get into it, though, check out on Twitch every Wednesday. We do react live to Power Slap League right after AEW on Heel Josh channel. So just check out twitch.com/HeelJosh. Check that out every Wednesday night because that is when Power Slap airs on TBS.
I'm so happy that you mentioned that because I was like, first of all, the fact that it comes on immediately after AEW makes me way less likely to miss AEW.
Right.
So I'm seeing like all the fucking like high flyers and heavy hitters, and then next thing you know, I just got to see like, I know there's a lot of people on Twitter who are saying this is distasteful, or like because of the timeliness of the Dana White slap incident, that this is like they refuse to support it. I'm gonna separate art from the artist on this one. This shit's amazing.
I enjoyed the fuck out of it, man.
Like this,
I enjoyed it.
Knockout City, that one dude, the Destroyer, I think they said his name was, that like 22-year-old dude from Missouri, like. Just beast. So basically, for those who don't know, the slap show, I thought it was just going to be like, all right, we have a slap league now.
No, it's kind of like tough a little bit.
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Fighter meets slap boxing. And, and I was curious as to some of the rules because it's like, how do you legitimize this? How do you make rules? So for those who haven't tuned in, as soon as you start, they determine who goes first. they have to
Via
say
coin flip.
They have to say a number which represents their wind up. So if you say, and you have to say which hand. So if you say right 3, that means you can go 1, 2, and that 3 you have to hit. You declared it. You say
hit.
2, it's 1, 2, etc. So you can name as many as you want.
And the dude's just standing there holding like a little pole behind him.
It's like a little pool noodle cut in half.
Yeah, it's like a pool noodle behind him. He's holding behind it so he won't flinch.
You have this little it's like a center like little island thing where they stand near. It's kind of like an arm wrestling stand, but there's no arm wrestling, of course. They have to stand within a confined box, the same size for each. There's weight classes, so there's no like mismatches.
4 main ones, welterweight up to heavyweight.
Exactly. So they have weight classes. They have these boxes. Once it's your turn to strike and you say the number, you're allotted 30 seconds to get the strike over with.
There's 3 rounds.
Yeah.
1 slap for each person each round.
Exactly. So if him and I were starting right now and I win the coin flip and I say like, all right, right 3, a 30-second timer starts. That moment, I have to keep myself within this confined box. My feet must stay planted at all times. If one foot leaves, no matter how devastating the strike is, it's a penalty. It doesn't count. I assume it's like a no contest if you accidentally knock him out on an illegal strike. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Secondly, other than that 30 seconds, there's no clubbing. So when you slap, they enforce...
Your palm can't be in front of your arm.
If your shit folds like this and you're going palm first, that's called clubbing. You can't do that. So they actually monitor flat strikes.
Can't slap people's ears. You got to hit them on the jaw.
Yep, you got to aim for that.
Or the cheek.
And so when the person who receives the slap, the second the impact takes place, regardless of what happens to them, they will be humored a 30-second timer to try to stand up, convince the ref that they're good to continue,
and then release a slap.
And then once they say I'm good, the 30-second timer starts for their slap after they say which hand and which time, and then it does that back and forth 3 rounds. First person to go to sleep loses, or if they determine you can't continue after the slap, that's it. So we got to see a few of those, but like. This first episode, they're actually picking guys for this house that they're putting in. So they're just watching slap fights that have happened over the last 10 months, and they're picking the people to put in their house. So they did a bunch of like exhibition tournaments just for the sake of gauging talent and getting talent, and they also needed to get a little media for the sake of the show. They needed that, and all things considered, like we've gotten to see some first of all, when you say fighters come from all walks of life. Slap boxers is a step
These dudes are
beyond
different.
that. These are like some fresh out the truck stop people, bro, and not all of them.
Fresh out the pen,
dude. Fresh out the trailer park. Like I'm not like. You probably don't come from a very fruitful upbringing if slapboxing became your breadwinner,
right?
But that being said, this is amazing to watch. Like I love seeing it. You're getting to see some different characters that otherwise wouldn't have gotten some spotlight. You got a bunch of like dad bods, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones where it's like that looks like someone who could slap someone unconscious. Like this show, it's got a lot of problems. There's no females because it was hard for them to acquire enough talent to do that. But they have for sure plans to have females in the slap league. But we did get, oh my God, we got blessed to see the only female who's going to be an assistant coach when she slapped that girl with the mohawk, bruh.
Oh my God.
This girl got slapped, and then when she got slapped, she tries to get up, right? Like as everyone else does.
Does a somersault.
And then when she tries to get up, she like couldn't bring her body up.
So we're talking about Courtney Olsen, who's the one who did the somersault, and Sheena Bathory is the one who slapped her in the freaking face.
She slapped her in the next
Sheena
week,
dropped her ass.
I feel bad for whatever kid she might have. You can't talk bad to that mom.
Then we ended the night with some middleweight. John Kennedy taking on Wesley Drain. They had a nice back and forth, and then Drain knocked him unconscious.
Dude, did you see that one early where both dudes
cut his lip?
Oh,
cut his lip.
My dude, slow mo.
Cut his lip hard, bro.
The slow mo was amazing.
Dude had a big old abrasion right here on the side of his lip.
Homie gets slapped, and when he gets slapped, he gets dropped. It was significant. He got up, and he was able to continue had the cut not occurred. But this homie had like a Joker cut, like an inch long down. And when you watch the slap in real time on the slow-mo,
you could see it cut it.
You watched the seam just spread open, and then it started leaking, bruh. But that dude was a hell of a slap. His slap, this dude like.
They were slapping the shit out of each other.
That dude had some generations of strong-handed dads. You know what I'm saying? The dude who got cut because like he's one of those dudes who's real skinny, tall. He weighs like 170, but he's like 6'3". He's like one of those dudes where like there's no way this dude hit hard. When he hit homie, it was the loudest audible slap of the whole show. And he dropped dude too. Dude was just able to get up and slap him and cut his mouth open. So both of those slap boxers made the show. Shout out Dana White. It's, again, very unfortunate the timeliness of the Dana White incident. No one's applauding or condoning that, and the fact that he has a slap league in a near having a slap incident is just terrible timing.
Does make it weird.
It's ironic as fuck, but like again, we're gonna separate the art from the artist as combat enthusiasts, combat sports enthusiasts.
We have to talk about the power slap league.
Bro, and that shit is bananas.
It's crazy to watch.
The only reactions
Very interesting.
only reactions I've heard are, God damn it, this is entertaining, and the other one's like, this is stupid. But I'm like, for those of you who are saying this is stupid, I bet you're gonna tune in.
Yeah, I bet you're going to keep watching it.
That's just-
Let's go over the results on these two. So this is Power Slap Episode 1. We had Rob Perez taking out Ryan Phillips via decision. There is decisions, guys. I don't know if you know that. So if all 3 slaps go off and no one goes out, they pick the guy who did the best, obviously.
Yeah.
So Rob Perez defeating Ryan Phillips via decision. We had Michael Smith taking out Alex Asbury via doctor stoppage. That's the cut.
Yep.
That we were talking about.
Both
then we
made the
had
show.
Dwayne Crespo defeating Matthew Strickland via the first round stoppage, meaning knocked out. Then we had Jewel Scott defeating Anthony Green via second round stoppage. Sheena Bathory taking out Courtney Olson, making her do a somersault via knockout. Then we had Wesley Drain defeating John Kennedy via stoppage. Another knockout. I don't know why they're calling it stoppage on this website. They're all pretty much knockouts. Like these people are getting knocked.
There was one where the dude got dropped, and then they asked him if he wanted to continue in his 30 seconds because he stood up and he said, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, yep.
There was one
that
of
might have
those.
been in the fight with Vern Cathy and
the very
Devin
end.
Schwann.
It's very end.
Yeah, it was the very end, first round stoppage. The one that they started with was that first one that they didn't. It was like 2 guys named Chris.
That Thomas guy, I think.
Yeah, it was Chris something and Chris something else.
The
And-
red hair beard guy.
Yeah, and he just slapped him, and the dude knocked him out, and the dude like started like kind of seized a little bit, like kind of stiffened up like that, dude. And then they woke him up, and he was like, "What happened? Was I in a fight?" He didn't even know he was in the slap fight, man. That's not good. We're giving each other CTE with this, but honestly, I'm gonna keep watching it. It's very entertaining. But one thing we should talk about is their debut draw is under 300K average viewers. The 43rd watch show on TBS for that night. That is very terrible numbers. That's AEW. If we're looking at AEW numbers compared to slapboxing right after that, we had 980,000 viewers for AEW. We had just under 300,000 viewers for the slap league. So it's like kind of crazy. I hope it sticks around. I hope they don't cancel it because of those low numbers.
I think that they have some things working for and against them. The thing working for them is just going to be like fans. Like I think a lot of the people who are anticipating this slap league are like us. Like we like combat sports, so we were just like amped for this.
Yeah.
We were just anticipating it. We were excited for it. I think the thing that like AEW is like professional wrestling has like over 100 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's just been around. So the following for that sport or sports entertainment is a lot harder than the following of the sport of slapboxing. This is so new and so niche.
So
like,
weird.
I don't see how someone could watch that first episode and tell me that they don't want to watch that.
Yeah, sure.
Like I get all primal and I'm like, dude, he's down. Woo.
It is a good thing to watch. It was cool.
So we're definitely going to be referencing that from now on, you guys.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Power Slap League a lot on here as well because it is every week. It is something to talk about and is within the combat sports realm. All right, I think we should maybe make our parlay and get the fuck out of here, huh?
So we're going to do 2 parlays. The quick parlay, which won't take much energy, is going to be the football games. We'll just parlay all 4 if you want to.
Yeah. I pick 2, you pick 2? Or let's just agree. Let's just agree on one.
Okay,
like, on
so
who you think would win.
I'm gonna say for my parlay, it's gonna be Kansas City, Eagles, Cincinnati, and the 49ers.
I'll agree on all of those except for Cincinnati.
You think it's the Bills?
I think the Bills are going to take it, man. I think so. Let's look at odds. I want to see
It's in Buffalo.
Let's build this. Let's see what happens. It's
So-
in Buffalo, man.
So
That's
I'll
another thing.
build mine. You build yours.
So we have to take the Chiefs on this, I'm sure, right? I mean, come on.
I think you have to.
I mean, duh.
I'm not trying to be any type of bias.
I have to take the Eagles too. I'm gonna take the 49ers. Yeah, it comes down to Buffs and Bengals for me. If I pick the Buffs up, the parlay goes to a plus 223 for all 4. It's not the best parlay in the world.
Dude, if you pick up the Bengals, my parlay for having all money lines, so I have 49ers money line, Bengals money line, Philly money line, Chiefs money line. I'm sitting at a plus 581.
Wow, that's a big difference from having the Buffalo Bills on there.
That's favorites in every game except the Cincy game. And that's not even a crazy favorite game.
I don't know if Bengals can do it though. That's hard. That's a hard pick.
I think they can for sure.
They can, but man, all right. So if you bet $10 on yours, what do you win? If you win $12.32 if you win for my bet. So bet $10, you win $22.32
So
on a 4-leg.
sorry.
Which honestly, like the odds on this one aren't the greatest. They're pretty good. They're not terrible, but I don't know.
I don't even really know.
It's just hard for me to bet on Cincinnati right now when they're taking on the Buffalo Bills, who are fighting for Damar Hamlin. You know, like the Super Bowl's for him, man. Like that's their motivation right now.
I mean, I don't know if I've navigated this correctly.
Deryk, who you think's gonna win, Bills or the Bengals?
Bengals.
You think the Bengals gonna win? Okay. You guys got Joe Burr.
Joe Burr.
Okay, I like it. So we go. All right, let's go Bengals then. Minus what was it? Plus
581.
So we're taking the Bengals, we're taking the 49ers, we're taking the Eagles and the Chiefs. That is going to be our first parlay for the Sport Champs. That's our football parlay.
The whole football weekend.
Now we're going to do our mixed sport parlay between me and Dave. You know what we should do? I think since there's only me and you, let's switch it up. I get 2 picks, you get 2 picks. We do a 4-leg parlay.
All right, let me.
On whatever sport you want.
All right, hold on. Dun, 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 dun.
So that's what we're going to do, guys. I'm saying it one more time. We're going to be both picking 2 picks each. 2 picks
right.
each for this parlay. This is going to be the Dave and Rick parlay.
I'm scrolling.
We got Dave scrolling. I think I'm thinking about doing both fight one.
I'm gonna do one fight one for sure, and I bet you we're gonna do the same one.
You do first, then. You do first.
Hold on, let me choose.
I want to pick Almeida, but I mean that'll just ruin our parlay. So.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm scrolling, and then I might include some basketball in my bet.
You're gonna put basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, you're crazy. There's no way this fight goes the distance, so I'm gonna probably do that. All right, one of my I kind of don't like that odd actually. I was gonna do Glover and Jamal Hill to not go the distance. It's minus 750. Like, damn, son, for real. What are we doing?
Hold up, I got a good one. It's a brewing. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know what else to bet. Let's see. This is going to be kind of a hard one. I kind of want to pick up Terrence McKinney. Do you think that's kind of a little risky, though? I want to say it is. It's a little risky.
Oh, so my parlay is kind of lame.
Well, you only get 2 legs of it.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
Why?
Because I went really safe.
Really?
So what my current, I have 2 bets in my parlay at the moment. What it's currently looking like is I have Halton Almeida and Shamil, whatever his name is, to not go the distance, which is like minus 1250.
Why'd you pick that up?
Just because I wanted to see what it would look like on a parlay.
Mine's minus 1600 on FanDuel.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's and again that's
Dave.
to not go the distance. It says go the distance,
dude.
No, minus 1250. And then Mahomes over 312 and a half yards passing is that odds was like minus 114, bringing my bet to a plus 103, which isn't that crazy.
That's not crazy. Okay.
Plus 103.
All right, so those are your 2 legs.
So it's Mahomes over 312 and a half, and then the Halton Almeida fight not going the distance.
Okay, so we got Halton Almeida on there. Let me go to football. Let me go to Chiefs and Jags.
And that's like the only one it had for the under over on passing for Mahomes.
Ooh.
I could have chose, I think, like other believe it or not, Mahomes over 312.5 is minus 114, and him under.
So I could pick him up at over 310.5 for minus 113.
Same shit.
Yeah.
So
Same thing. All right. So yeah, now we're sitting at a plus 100 for this 2-leg. My picks, I'm going to be going back to fighting for. So I did want to do a notable bet that I picked up. I picked up John Jones at a minus 112 to beat Cyril Gahn on their fight. Just so you guys know, that line is open.
oh shit.
Yeah. So you might want to third. Some
My bet's pretty lame.
people were able to pick up John at a plus 180. Like
Yeah, he was an underdog at first.
lucky bastards pick him up that good.
Wow.
All right.
My bet's kind of lame.
It's okay. No, plus 100 for 2 legs. That's not terrible. It's not the best. I'm not going to say that, but it's not terrible. Okay.
Wouldn't it be like bet 10, win 20?
I look at these. Who should I pick? I honestly, this Johnny Walker fight ain't going to go the distance, man. I know that. So where is he at? Okay. Paul Craig, Johnny Walker, go into that. Will the fight go the distance? No, minus 800. Ugh.
These odds are not friendly.
Yeah, these are ugly odds. Ugh.
How
Okay,
about,
we're not
what
picking
about,
up that one.
What about
Let me see some round odds.
What about the Andrade fight not going the distance?
Read me off an odd.
I'm scrolling it. So it's Lauren Murphy, Jessica Andrade.
So I might do like an under.
All right. About odds, decision only. That's not what I want.
This under 1.5 rounds for the Walker and Craig fight is pretty good pickup. Minus 172. It's pretty good.
Sorry, this has got so many random little finish odds.
All right.
Finishing method.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do under 1.5 rounds for Walker and Paul Craig. Johnny Walker, Paul Craig,
Okay.
under 1.5.
So it's a plus 107 to go to a decision for the Andrade versus Lauren Murphy fight. So I take with that what you will.
Nah, I got my 2 picks.
Okay, cool.
I'm picking Paul Craig and Johnny Walker under 1.5 rounds. And then I'm going to pick, and we are going to be riding with Glover Teixeira in Brazil. Let's go. Picking up Glover Teixeira at plus 114. I think he's going to win this fight against Jamal Hill and become champion right off in the sunset. That brings our 4-leg parlay to plus 577. Plus 577. If you bet $10 on this bet, you win $57.78. If you bet $5 on this bet, you win $28.89. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to read these legs one more time. We have Jelton Almeida and Shamil Abdurakhmanov not going the distance. We have Patrick Mahomes over 310.5 yards, or for your case, 312.5 yards. Mm-hmm. Then we have Paul Craig and Johnny Walker under 1.5 rounds. And then we have Glover Teixeira money line. That's it. That is our Sport Champs parlay. Our second parlay, technically, if we're considering the first one.
Yep.
And yeah, that's everything, guys. Thank you guys for joining. If you watched this long, be sure to place your bets. I keep burping. We got football tomorrow. We have fights tomorrow. We have football Sunday. Yeah, be sure to place your bets. Share your bet slips if you guys win. Tag us or something. Let us know how you guys hit that parlay if you do. And we will see you guys next time. We are out this bitch.